everyone, and welcome to tonight's session of Tales of Fallen Stars here on the MindTour Gaming stream. Thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with us tonight as we go and tell an interesting story here in the Sea of Falling Stars, as our motley crew has begun to gather together and find themselves in an interesting situation. I'll go ahead and set the stage as the group of you finally hearing the call of parley from Dav, currently in the water next to the ship, between the floating dock that the giant fur monstrosity of a bear growling and grunting down towards both Trapjaw as well as Dav that's currently in the water. The sphere of darkness that was on top of the ship shrinks as smoky shadows dissipate, revealing Osu beneath the stairs to the upper deck of the ship, as well as whoever else may have been on the deck. I believe was also tied with Ripple. Todd. Tied with Ripple, as well as where was Ellie at? I think she was flying, right? And finishing off one of the other crewmates of Dav. As Dav yells out as he's trying to swim while being grappled by Trapjaw within the water. Trapjaw, you're much... it's easier for you to maneuver within the sea. At least much easier than his heavy, thick human form. As you swim about, holding on to him, your toothy maw just inches away from him as he yells, "Parley." What do you do?
Parley. Very well. We'll give you parley.
Everyone that's there, you can see along the shore and the docks, a crowd is beginning to form. You hear whispers kind of talking amongst each other about what may be happening or transpiring at the floating dock 13.
We'll give you parley, but in return, I want the wares that you have stored away from this place, from the ship.
As he's trying to swim and keep his head above water as you're holding on to him, he's reaching up, trying to grab onto the side of the dock just to be able to stabilize himself from going deeper into the waves.
I'll hold him enough so that he isn't drowning, but not enough where he can grab onto the dock or anything. I want him to know that I'm in control of this.
Yeah, he doesn't try to break away from your grapple quite yet, as he's staring up also at the giant bear that's on the dock, as the dock is kind of sunk into the water just from the weight and the mass of the creature.
Crew would probably start reaching down and attempting to grab him.
Okay.
And pull him up onto the dock.
All right. So the giant bear reaches down for Dav. Do you allow him to take him, or do you go along with?
Because I need to run outside real quick, I will allow him to take him.
No problem. So both the bear and Trapjaw puts Dav soaking wet, all his leathers and furs that's on him. He just kind of sits there on the ground, staring at the top of the dock there.
Crew will, any weapons he have, he'll pull off with his claws, and he'll just put his foot on his chest.
Okay. He does have a hand crossbow, but he kind of put that away as after he got grappled and asked for parley, as well as a long sword that's at his side and a dagger in his back, sheathed along his belt. But easily enough you can pull that from him, and he doesn't seem to fight as he's just sitting there staring at the wooden dock, just kind of shaking his head, wringing his beard out.
Okay. Crew will kind of just wait for everyone else to come down. He's not going to transform back.
What does everybody else do?
Makes my way over to the dock.
Okay. To their side or the other side?
Where they are.
They're on the opposite side of where the puddle jumper is actually docked to. So you fly over onto the other side, looking over the bear as well as Trapjaw and Dav. It's currently on top. They're all on top of the floating dock there, and the dock's slightly sinking from all the weight that's in the center of it. He kind of shakes his head. Other than supplies, I'd have nothing else. As I said, I done sold everything to pay Gogthan. What is Tide and Pharaoh doing currently?
So for Pharaoh, he kind of has the bow ready and the arrow pointed at the guy, and he sees the situation is probably under control, so he lets it go, puts it back into his quiver, and goes searching around for Oshu.
Okay. Oshu currently hidden underneath the stairs that leads to the upper dock level. After the darkness fades away, he's easily spotted.
And once I get over to him and see him in the rough shape that he is, I don't know if anyone else can really see because they're all paying attention with that, but I'll pop the necklace off and I'll see the biggest wound I can find and I'll just stick it in there.
Okay. As you do, you see a small red glow come from, and a warmth come from the gem as you press it to the wound, and his wound closes a bit. Anyone that is keeping track of his hit points currently, he heals 3 hit points.
Gotcha.
And remember, he can't be used again for a month on him. The only other person that's on top of the deck of the ship would be Tide.
Yeah, he'll be watching from the dock.
You're looking down at the dock from your vantage point on top of the ship.
Yeah, and I'll let Ripple separate from me, and he'll go into the water.
Okay. You see the tentacles pull away from underneath his skin and clothing, and then the strange creature just begins to climb down the side of the ship and into the water. You can also see Tide. You can also see, especially from where you are, your vantage point, through the crowd that's currently on the bank and the dock that's nearby. You can see a number of individuals that are cladded in what looks like a teal-colored, like gambeson, as well as a light-looking breastplate. They all have spears in hand, as well as daggers sheathed at their sides. A number of them are rushing through the crowd in your direction.
Would I recognize their dress?
They do look like some sort of uniform. You've seen them in Emmerich Hold since you've been here, but you're not quite sure what they are. You haven't been here long enough.
Okay. Crew will go ahead and turn back into his regular form.
Okay.
So he'd shift back, and his foot would still be on top of the prisoner.
Okay.
All right, get up. He's gonna lift him up, and he's
up.
gonna start moving him back towards the ship.
Okay, so from this side, you actually have to go all the way around to the front to get back to the ship, unless you can climb or jump or something like that with him.
I'll just.
All right.
I'll just try to go around.
So for Trapjaw, he actually says that all he has on the ship is supplies. Everything else has already been sold to pay Gokthan.
You sold everything.
Well, yes. I have nothing left.
Where is the money that you were going to give Gogthan?
It's being delivered.
It's heading to Gogthan right now.
Yes.
Fuck. And I'll just start running towards Gogthan's.
As you get to the edge of the dock, already you have what looks like a contingent of port authority already surrounding the front area of the docks, with a crowd behind them kind of watching and whispering amongst each other about what may be going on. One of the port authorities steps up, has a wide, brimmed, round helmet on top of his head. As he steps forward, what seems to be the problem here? We're told that something's going on. As he looks past you and towards Dav, that's currently being picked up off the dock, looking around the ship. A number of them actually push past you and begin to go further down the dock.
No
Yes,
problem. Here.
I think they're handling it. You should talk to them, and I'll just keep running.
A number of guards actually get to the front of the dock where your exit is. You're not going anywhere, they say.
It's a simple reposition for Gogthan. Now get out of my way.
And we'll get to the bottom of it.
I have important matters to attend to, if you don't mind.
One of
My
them...
associates behind me will take care of everything. It's all cleared up.
One of them eyes you oddly for a moment. Trapjaw.
Yes.
What kind of trouble is going on here?
It's not trouble. It's no trouble. It's
And then you
simple
hear from
repossession.
the backside of dock, there's bodies back here.
Of course there's bodies. They put up fight, but it's a repossession. It's fine.
They begin to take their long spears and try to fish the bodies out of the water.
Well, you could
Listen.
leave them for the sharks. That'd be nice.
And then Dav actually speaks up. They come to attack us and take our ship.
Your ship is sold to me from Gogthan. If you don't mind, I have to go.
We've
I'm
sent
very
money
disappointed.
to Gokthan already.
You're sending money to Gogthan, but it's already been repossessed, so your money is null and void, idiot.
It's
Get
too
moved.
late. Y'all had your chance.
And now you don't even have a crew, so...
One of
what-
the guard that was speaking earlier. Okay then, he sold you the ship. Do you have documentation for it?
Of course, of course. Who has documents?
Gokthan has it. He hasn't-
Gogthan has...
He hasn't turned it over to you yet.
Gogthan has documents. If you want to come with me that way, send a guard or two with me, but we have to, run, so make sure you don't take fat one over here.
Why do you have to run?
Well, because he's about to have somebody try and get his ship back, and obviously it's already been repossessed by me. So I need to go get the guy that has the stuff to give to Gogthan and stop him.
You two, go with him to Gokthan's. We'll meet you there. The rest of you, who are you? And one by one, they approach you and ask you who you are.
Crew.
Crew.
Yes.
I assume that Ellie's already kind of made a name because she's been here a couple days in this
Mhm.
town. So
And
yes, you already know me. We're familiar.
and what are you doing getting in trouble with these lot here?
Work. You know me. I don't stay on land very long.
What the shark says is true?
Da.
Hmm.
They
Wh-
are months behind on their payments.
And you had to kill them.
No, but they tried to kill us, so it was self-defense. We told them that we were taking ship.
They
We
begin to,
tried to talk peacefully.
a couple of the guards begin to get onto the ship, look around.
They shot first. I tried to talk.
Go ahead and roll me a deception check.
I'm not deceiving. I did do that. I rolled a 7. Deception. 17.
Okay, very well. I'm sure it'll be nothing that you'll have to deal with, but nevertheless, we have to look into it. The Port Authority, things have been reported here, so give us a moment. Well,
Of course, you do your job, we do our jobs.
And one
Can
by
we
one.
just make this fast?
Yes. And one by one, they take your names. Does everyone give their real name, or do they give a fake name?
I give my real name, me and Oshu.
And then those of you that aren't locals, they ask how you've come here, as well as what ship brought you here.
And I'll tell them.
Most of the Port Authority on the ship now.
They're kind of all around. They're on the dock, and there's a couple on the ship looking around. They seem to be investigating the scene as far as what transpired here as best as possible, from what they can tell.
I'll tell Ripple to discreetly eat the bodies when he gets a chance.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a d20.
Okay.
Just roll me a straight d20.
Straight
roll
D20.
me a stealth. Actually, does he have stealth?
We'll
just roll me a dexterity. If he doesn't, it's fine.
Okay. His dexterity?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see here.
I want to see how well he can get to a body and eat it before anyone else can notice.
I mean, he can eat regardless, but we'll
yeah, well, regardless, I just wanted to see if anybody's going to notice and see it.
He has a -1. Go fantastic. 13.
Okay. All right. The Port Authority are bringing some of the bodies in, but Ripple is able to completely dissolve an entire corpse before the Port Authority actually gets to the body itself. No one notices actually what happens beyond. There's nothing left beyond some of the person's items left behind, as it's completely disintegrated. But a couple of the bodies are pulled onto the docks, and they check to see if there's any signs of life left in them, if they can bring them back to life. And a couple of the guards move over to where you are, crew, and the same individual that was speaking with you. Very well. If it is as you say, we'll take him into custody for questioning. And you and your people, where are you staying?
On our new ship.
This one.
Da.
Very good. It's not allowed to leave port. Not until we can investigate a little bit further.
Fair enough.
And I assure you, if it does try to, we'll sink it to the bottom of the sea.
Good luck with that.
And he nods, and a number of
this guy's name is Dov, right?
Dov.
All right, Dov. Have fun with these ones.
Two of them.
I may see you later. He's gonna kind of smile at him.
He kind of spits. A little bit of blood comes out. I'm sure we will.
Thanks for not paying your rent and giving us a new ship.
We'll see about that. after I tell them the truth.
But that is the truth.
Yeah, you must not know Gogthan then. And the guards begin to take Dav away. A few of them there, but some of them begin to disperse the crowds. Move along! Nothing to see here. The pirate code was not broken. And I assure you, if it is, there will be hell to pay. But they leave you to whatever you wish to do. But a number of guard stay there, a total of 5. A couple of them still investigating the ship, as well as the docks and the bodies, and bringing them on shore, onto land, examining them.
Would I know where they keep prisoners?
It's actually on the Port Authority Island. There's an island in the center of the bay. Okay. There's a couple ways there. You can take a small vessel back and forth. There's also a ferry that ferries large amount of cargo back and forth. And then there's also a smaller bridge that goes out to the island from the north eastern part of the bay.
Okay.
And on the island itself, it's heavily fortified. There's a number of cannons, stone walls, and even a bit of a fortress that's actually built into that island. There's a number of fortresses here and towers, especially along the mountain ridge on the northern side of the entrance into the bay, as well as on the opposite side of that is also a larger, small tower. And then there's a number of them lining the shoreline along the mountain edge to kind of protect against any ships that may be coming in or even out. It's not uncommon to hear of perhaps some pirate that betrayed the Emmerich code here in Emmerich's hold, and their ship sinking before they can get out of line of sight or range.
Okay.
But nevertheless, the group of you are free to do as you wish. Trapjaw and a couple of guards have begin to run towards Gogthan, but the group of you can do as you please.
Ellie's gonna take inventory of the ship.
Yeah, let's check out our new ship, shall we? He's gonna move over.
Okay.
Start getting on the ship and.
Yep. So you go through. Go ahead and roll me investigation checks as you're going around looking at the ship, examining the ship itself, its contents, what may be there.
Natural 20 for 26.
Nice.
10.
Anyone else investigating the ship?
I'll be taking care of Oshu.
Okay. He's kind of licking his wounds currently. Probably beat up more than he's ever been in his life, and not really due to the individuals he was fighting, but one of his companions. He's got this giant claw marks across his chest and down his stomach and hip.
Crew will go up to him at some point.
Okay.
Probably as he's coming up. Sorry, little buddy. I couldn't see in that dark cloud.
As you approach Oshu, Pharaoh comes up, his shard dagger in his hand, and comes up to your throat as best as he can. Watch it next time. You're fucking swinging. Understand?
That was the problem. I couldn't see anything. I don't know if you could notice, but it's completely dark.
If you say
Next
something
time.
or don't say anything, just fucking leave it alone.
I mean,
You
the
almost
guy,
killed him.
last I saw him, he was right there, basically. He was right next to him. So I just trying to kill the captain. Excuse me. And he's going to kind of move him out of the way. And he's going to walk up and he's going to touch Oshu on his shoulder. And he's going to cast a Cure Wounds.
I was going to think about throwing the dagger into his back.
Next time.
It's
okay,
it's all right, mate. It's all right.
next time, probably give us a little warning that you are going to make a giant black cloud. So then we can avoid the cloud, and maybe people won't get hurt.
10 hit points.
Okay.
Back to him.
Oh. That's nice. Thank you.
So
kind of
she just
pats him on the head, and then he's gonna walk away.
Crew, do you have an extra one of those?
I can do it a little lower in strength
is
if you
fine.
need one. All right, yeah. Nope.
I would just like to be a little bit better than I am currently. You see, Ellie's pretty messed up too.
11 with a
Nice.
first level spell. and a
Nice.
second level spell. Got 10.
Appreciate it.
Wonderful. Perhaps we could maybe take a rest too. Might not be a bad idea.
That is a good idea.
So who's resting and who's searching the ship? Obviously, Ellie, I know you're going to be searching the ship. And
Resting for me.
everybody else. All right. Searching the ship really isn't resting and taking your time. You're actually actively looking through things, so it doesn't give you time to actually take that short rest. But those of you that are searching the ship, especially with Ellie, Ellie's help there, she probably has an idea of where things may be within the ship, how things are sorted, and she has a good knowledge of how ships layouts are, decent hiding spots within the ship. So she takes the time that you guys take to rest to go through the ship and try to find everything that she can. You find a total of 3 large barrels of rum. You're not sure how well it is. It doesn't have any maker's marks or anything like that. But you pop the little small cork on top and you can smell. It smells strong. You'll also find what looks like 2 weeks of rations for about 10 people on the ship. That does include some citrus fruits as well as dried meats and grain. Less grain than anything, because the grain, if it gets wet, it does mold quickly. But also a number of seafood that you can find within the crates and barrels and things that are there. You also toss the cots and the sleeping bunks that are in there, and inside some of them are hidden bits of treasure and gold. You find a total of 97 gold pieces, 64 silver pieces, 102 copper pieces, and one of them actually has a silver chained necklace that looks like there was something or some sort of gem that was in what looked like a clawed hand, kind of imprint, but whatever gem or that was inside of it has been removed. So it's like a clawed hand necklace with a gem that's missing. You also see on the main deck, underneath the upper deck, you find there's a table there that has a number of drawers. It's like a desk that's kind of open to the air, but pinned to it currently is a rolled out piece of vellum that has the vague shape of islands on the map, with markings along the map, and one of them says Emmerk's Hold, and you can tell that is the Dragon Isle that you are on. You're not quite sure about the other markings there, and you also see on a few of those smaller islands, very small islands, a couple like red, crimson colored X's on those islands. 3 in total. You also find that there's a total of 12 6-pound cannonballs and enough smoke powder to actually fire them. There's 9 ballista bolts, as the ship does have 2 rear-facing ballistas. It does have
How many
2
bolts? You said 9
9.
ballista bolts?
Mhm.
Okay.
It has 2 rear ballistas as well as a port and starboard side cannons. The ship also has some extra wood for repairs. It looks like you can probably replace maybe 6 boards total, which are some of the larger pieces. You also find 3 short swords, 4 short bows that's actually hung up on weapon racks in the hold below, as well as 2 bundles of arrows, which are 40 in total.
3 short swords.
4 short bows.
4 short bows. Okay. And how many arrows?
There's a total of 40.
40. Okay.
You also see down there on where some of the cooking station is along the port hold in the back, the stern part of the ship underneath. There looks like some sort of strange alchemical contraption that's there, with a few alchemical resources as far as like jars and bottles and vials kind of lined up, and that has leather straps that kind of pin them against the wall, keep them from shaking all about the ship as the ship's going at sea. The ship also has taken some damage in the port front side, the bow of the ship. It looks like with your investigation check, you can tell that it actually took a cannonball to the front. It wasn't a very large cannon, but it was enough to do some damage to the front of the ship, as well as destroy some boxes or crates that may have been in here.
Well, Ellie, you find anything good?
Yeah, they had a decent amount of stuff, at least to get us started.
Good. How long did that take her?
It took about an hour, so basically you guys get your short rest as Ellie's going through the ship. You also find a couple of ironbound wooden chests that are unlocked. There's no key to it or lock themselves, just a latch, no locks currently on it. They're empty, but it's there for storage or whatever may have been in there at one time. But you go through the ship, and that's what you find. There are some other things for repairing. There's also some linen as well as thick thread and twine to actually repair the sails, as they were currently repairing it but didn't complete it as the group of you decided to interrupt them.
That we did.
Yep. So you guys get your short rest, and we'll go over to Trapjaw. Trapjaw, it takes you about 15 minutes or so at a full sprint to get to Gogvins, as you have to go through the winding paths and alleys, as well as the towering shanty towns that's on the lower docks where you currently are.
All right. So as I was running, I would also like to be on the lookout to see if I could catch up. And I know I don't know exactly what he looks like, but try to identify the man carrying the gold to Gogthin from.
So you've seen some people leaving the ship and going to the docks and dropping off goods there, but you didn't see anybody leave with like a sack of gold or anything like that. So you're not quite sure what to look for, but you get an idea of what his crew looks like. So go ahead and roll a perception check as you're running down the street, just keeping an eye out for anyone that looks like that.
Oh, into the sea it went. 19.
Okay. You're looking around and trying to find anyone that maybe meets the same sort of crew members that may have been on Dobbs' ship. You see a bunch of people that are out there that are very similar, as many of these people are in the way the life that they live here in Emmerich Hold. But no one that stands out to you as they're like rushing towards the same direction you're going.
Okay.
But both the guards that are flanking you keep pace with you, unless you do anything strange and to increase your speed. But
nope.
The three of you get to the open air markets here in the lower docks. That scent of low tide as well as seawater kind of emanating through, and the heavy scent of fish, as many people are selling any sort of sea bearing fruits that they find from the sea here in the open air docks. But you get to the smaller hovel, where there's a net-like canopy that's kind of covering some of the things that's underneath the shade there. Gogthan hears footsteps approaching, and he kind of gets up from his desk and goes to the opening doorway and smiles as his dagger-like teeth grinning at you as well as the guard that's approaching. He crosses his arms, leans up against the doorway. Well, look who it is.
Hello, Gugthin.
Hello.
Don't mind the guards with me. They needed a tour guide.
Oh. So I guess it didn't go as well as I thought it would have.
Oh, no, it went very well. Yes.
Oh.
But you see, there.
You removed the rats from the ship, then?
Yes.
Sirs, please listen. Dov owed me for the ship. He decided to not pay, as then he was stealing the ship from me, the debtor. He did not pay. I sent Trapjaw here to, ease them out of my ship and return my property. But it seems, unfortunately, perhaps it went bad and sour. And the guards, one of them says, yes, there's a few of them are dead. But we have Dov. Ah, very well then. You have Dov and a few died. No one will miss them, I'm sure. As I said, they were stealing from me. There we go. Move you on the other one as well. I don't know why it does that. I think it's probably the internet.
One of the joys of living in the mountains.
Yeah. All right. So you see, he was trying to steal from me, and unfortunately for him, I got Trapjaw here on my side to take the trash out. And both the guards look over toward you. All right, Trapjaw. I'm not sure what the captain's going to do, but more than likely you'll have to not leave with the ship immediately. And he looks over to Gogthan. The ship cannot leave for at least a day or so, as we're going to investigate this further, just to make sure what you're saying is to be true.
Of course it's true. I mean, what do you think? I just go around making ruckuses.
I don't know. I don't tend to listen to rumors, so I don't know.
Rumors about me?
Well, we'll be speaking with you again, Gogthan. Very good. Good day. And both the port authority leave. Now, what have you decided? You've seen the ship?
Well, I've seen like the top deck. And even that I didn't see too much of. a lot of blackness, darkness.
Darkness? What do you mean?
Darkness. The blind rabbit that I had with me.
Don't know you have a blind rabbit.
Oh, well, I do. And he makes a big sphere of darkness, and so that was covering most of the ship, so I couldn't see too much, but it's floating in the harbor, so that counts for something.
Do you want it, Trapjaw? Or should I find another buyer and just pay you for your
No,
job well done?
Yes, of course, job well done. Hello. But the thing is, yes, I want the ship, but something bothers me now that we're here. Dove seemed to have mentioned that he sent somebody with a payment for the ship.
I mean, he has a few times. He smiles and grins.
Okay. But just recently, like today, he sent payment?
Oh, I've not received payment today.
Oh. Maybe I'm mistaken then.
Perhaps you are. Again, his grin grows even more.
Can I insight that?
Sure. Go ahead and roll it.
$15.
You get the sense that he's very happy with the outcome. Regardless of whether he's trying to hide something or not, you're not quite sure. But he does seem somewhat of a slimy person, but especially because of rumors that you've heard about him and doing strange and deals, and usually he always comes out on top if possible. Very few people get over on him.
Gogthin, I'm going to be honest with you, if that's okay.
Of course. Honesty is the best policy, they say.
Everything that comes out of your mouth feels sticky.
He kind of wipes his face. Forgive me. From time to time, spittle comes out. I salivate making new deals.
Yes, so here's the thing. Why are you so thrilled about this deal you're making with me? And don't say because you're very happy for me, because you're not. You're happy for yourself, and I want to know why. Now, I don't have problem doing deals with people like yourself. It's not a problem for me. I'm pirate. I go out, I do these kinds of things on a daily basis. But I want to know, in what way am I getting fucked? Because if I can anticipate this, then it's not so much problem, you know what I mean? But if I'm surprised by your fucking me, well, then it's problem.
Let me ask you, Trapjaw. If someone was supposed to pay you and did not pay you, and in the contract it said you'll get your property back if they do not pay you,
yes,
wouldn't you do the same?
Of course.
But what I see is more potential in you than the previous debtor that I had captain upon that ship. I think we'll have a wonderful working relationship. You have much potential. I know there's been things in the past, and we all fall sometimes. But there's potential in you, Trapjaw, to do great things and make us a lot of money.
Oh, us, yes. Wait, hold on. How are you making money?
Well, you're paying me.
Oh, yes, well, I pay you for ship, yes.
And then I have other jobs. When you're
have jobs?
When you're ready.
I can get work through you.
Of course.
Okay.
There's always something that needs to be done.
Yes. Okay, well, hey, Gugthin, I will go ahead and sign the lease for this boat, so I can take it over and not get in any more trouble with the port authority.
Well, you already signed the lease.
Yes, but I need copy. You have copy.
Yes.
I don't have copy. Do I have copy? No, I don't have copy.
No.
I'll take a copy.
Very well. And he goes back
Thank
into
you.
the room and sits down at the desk. He takes out 2 scrolls and rolls them out. He has the copy that's already signed and then another that's already written. The same exact layout and everything. The only thing that's missing is another one of your signatures. This one is yours. You don't need to sign it, though. It's up to you. And he hands it to you.
Did you sign it?
And you do see his name signed on both of them.
I'm going to sign it just to be safe.
He takes out the quill and ink and hands it to you.
Sign Trapjaw. Captain Trapjaw.
Well, Captain, is there anything else you need? Do you have any plans currently with your new ship beyond to look it over and take it out for perhaps in a day or so? Spin.
I think we're going to need, maybe a day or two to look over the ship, make any necessary repairs, get supplies, get the crew ready, and then we'll come back to you. And I'll grab
I sell supplies as well if you need.
At a discount for employees, yes?
Well, employees, no. But acquaintances, sure.
Okay, I will let you know if I need anything. I will send my quartermaster, if anything.
Very good.
She drives a hard bargain, though, beware.
I look forward to it.
And I'll grab my lease, and as I'm grabbing it, Gugthin, one more thing.
Remember, you have 30 days to make the first payment.
Yes, don't worry about your payment. I want you to know something, though. If I am surprised and get fucked, we will kill you.
Very good.
Okay.
This is exciting. You see a bit of sweat kind of pooling across his skin and face. His skin gets slightly slimy, and that sulfurous smell just permeates even more from him.
Yeah. I'll walk out.
Okay.
And start heading back to the ship.
All right. So back at the ship, as the group of you take your long rests, go through the ship. By that time, Trapjaw returns. After an hour or so, the guard that were there, the Port Authority that were on the ship and on the docks, most of them leave. Some of them stay and just linger nearby at the entrance to the floating dock itself.
Well, welcome back. Looks like you're not in jail, so that's a good sign.
Oh, yeah, no worries. I was never going to be in jail.
Did you find the gold he sent?
No, I did not. Seems payment had already been received or something. I don't know. Maybe the crew member fucked off with the gold. Who knows?
Did you make sure to make a deal with him that when the gold showed up, it was from us?
Of course I did.
Well, here's a inventory of what I have found. I've already gone through the ship, top to bottom. And
Very well.
Tell him everything.
Okay.
We do need to make some repairs, though. It seems like
Yeah.
they took some small damage to the front.
Yeah, no problem. In
Did you
as far
Did you find out where our stockpile of items went?
No, they took away Dove, or unless you guys got any information before they hauled him off.
They took him right after after you left.
Well, I was thinking if you wanted me to pay him a visit, I might be able to. Look at his smile.
In jail, you're going to pay him visit.
Maybe.
And what? Figure out where he stored his wares.
Yeah, we maybe get some more information from him, at least.
We could check out docks. They might be close by.
I see, yes, let me get my bearings for a minute, and then we can all go check this out together.
All right.
Figure out something. In the meantime, well, no. Let me just lay down. I'm very confused right now. I'll start walking towards the ship.
Okay. As you make your way down the floating docks, the dock shifts slightly from your weight, and you climb up onto the ship.
I will look for the captain's quarters. Is there captain's quarters?
There's no real captain's quarters. There's the upper deck, which is the higher deck, the mid deck, which is the regular deck, and there's just basically the hold underneath. That has 6 bunks total that are on the walls, as well as space to put some possibly hanging beds or cloths or hammocks or whatever inside from different rafters that are hanging from the ceiling. There's also a cargo hold in the front and so the bow and the stern of the ship in the hold itself. And there's a cooking station, as well as the cannons that are there and the ballista. And then underneath the upper deck is somewhat like an open air desk, very large, well made, thick oak desk that's there, that has a number of drawers in it to keep certain items that latch, as well as currently a map that's crudely drawn, that's pinned down and nailed down to that desk.
Is there any way that I can move one of the hammocks into that space with the desk?
Absolutely, yeah. It'll just be open to the air, but you can.
Yeah, that's fine.
There's also 3 other things that I didn't mention that's on the ship. There's a good amount of tackle in line, as well as 3 very large poles that go off the back of the ship and mount to it to troll along the way for possibly big fish.
Drag fishing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll set up the hammock in the space with the desk and just kind of lay in the hammock for a few minutes.
Okay. You're trying to take a short rest?
If possible.
Okay.
He'll close his eyes. If he drifts off, he drifts off.
All right. So Trapjaw begins to set up a hammock beneath the upper deck and begin to rest. Anyone else want to do anything particular? Also, when you take your short rest, feel free to spend any hit dice that you want. Just let me know that you spend them.
Nah, I didn't get hurt that fight.
Just the bear.
Just the bear. Is there a crow's nest?
There's not. That's somewhat what the upper deck is for, because it's higher in elevation. If someone was nimble enough, they could climb up the mast itself, but there's only a single mast.
Okay. Crew will go to like the top deck.
Okay.
And he's gonna kind of just find a nice spot, and he's gonna kind of go cross-legged, and he's just gonna spend some time meditating. Okay.
There's no wheel to turn the ship on this. There's a rudder that has a very large centerpiece that has a handle on it that you kind of push back and forth to turn, as well as using the sails. And the ballista themselves are mounted to the top upper deck as well.
Yeah, so I kind of find a seat up there.
Okay.
Just kind of listen to the breeze and the sea. And
the sea in the bay is, you hear the sound of the sea washing up on the rocks and the beaches that are on the other end, on outside of the bay itself. You hear the sound of those waves crashing in. But here you just hear slight ripples on the shore as some waves make it in. to the bay through the channel, as well as the sounds of Emmerich Hold. Your shouts kind of echoing through as people are hawking wares or talking or laughing and whatever they do here in Emmerich's Hold. You also see on the opposite end of the bay, high on the cliffs, the higher end of Emmerich's Hold, the more wealthy that live and look down upon the rest of the rabble below. Less busy than the rest of Emmerich's Hold, but still a beautiful sight. You do see some temples and beautiful construction that's mixed in these shanty towns and tent slums, and then it gradually gets better and better as far as the buildings go until you finally get to the Black Tide, and you can kind of see that more towards the right side, or eastern from your direction currently, kind of standing out amongst the rest of the town and city.
Okay.
Anyone else want to do anything? Do you want to take a short rest, Ellie? Or try to?
Yes.
After you take inventory and Trapjaw returns, you want to just hang out on the top deck, below deck. You could do that as you're counting the money or anything like that. That's fine. That's not too strenuous.
I'll probably do it on the top deck, just close to everybody else.
Okay.
Just to try and get a feel for everyone else, knowing that we don't really know each other that well.
Okay. After some time, some tentacles reach up over the side of the deck and return as Ripple crawls over towards Tide. His body and his flesh seem somewhat bloated. The armored plates on top that kind of overlap each other seem to be pulled apart slightly.
After I'll have just rest on my arm, and then I'll go explore the ship a bit.
Okay.
And when I come across one of those short swords, I'll take one.
Okay.
For my own personal use.
All right. So Tide takes one of the short swords. Make sure to mark that down in your inventory.
Sure.
Real fast, since Oshu is a multi-class, does he have?
He's not
the hit dice
multi-class.
from the fighter?
He's not multi-class anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought he was multi-class.
I thought he was as well. Okay, never mind. Then it's all just normal hit dice for him.
Yep.
Okay. Then I'm gonna spend all 3 of them.
Okay.
For him. That's 3d8. Oh, there they go. Okay, he's good.
All right. Trapjaw drifts off to sleep as the cool sea breeze rolling off the mountains and down the side through the bay relaxes him. If you can imagine a fish snoring, and you hear the wet sounds of his gills flapping as he does drift deep into slumber. But both your short rest goes uneventfully. The sun is slowly beginning to set on the western side of the island behind all of you. Just coming down, resting the mountains there behind you. All right. Anyone want to do anything particular? Otherwise, we can move right along, I suppose.
Okay, I think Ty will be intrigued by the alchemical.
Okay.
uh um stuff.
Like the station that's there beneath the
Yeah,
deck?
yeah, station. Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Okay. So as you look it over, does he have any training with any alchemy?
He's proficient in Arcana, so I would say he might dabble with
Okay.
a little bit.
He may be able to dabble with it a little bit. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check as you're looking it over, trying to see what's there, what may be useful.
Nope.
What they
None.
may have been doing with it. None? Okay.
9.
All right. You go through it, and you do find in some of those vials there's a clear colored liquid that's inside 3 of them. You're not quite sure what they are. You definitely know it's not water as you look at them and you get this very strong smell as you uncork it, as immediately this vapor just begins to sizzle out of it.
They're all 3 of them are the same color.
Same color. You also find some strange looking in some of the jars that are there. There's some normal herbs to make different like healing effects or anything like that, but there's also some strange coiled up, like very deep purplish with pink line and vines kind of coiled up inside one of the jars, which is strange, and you don't know what it is.
I'll dip a pinky into one of the vials and do a taste test.
All right. When you dip your pinky into it, you immediately feel a slight burn coming from the tip of your pinky. Not burning as if it's acid or anything like that, but it just begins to tingle as if you just dipped your finger in some sort of... It's like going down into your nerve endings, and you feel it just slight burning and tingling sensation going up your pinky and into your palm. The vapors begin to just plume out of the vial, and as you move to taste it, before you even have a chance, you inhale some of that vapor. I need you to go ahead and make me a Constitution save, please.
You got it. Well, I'm rolling a cup tonight. 9 again.
9? Okay. Immediately, the walls begin to shift and move as if it's alive. You see teal, green, gray, as if the walls begin to grow into skin like an eel. Tiny scales just rippling across the walls, the floor. You see the stairwell where you just came from, as you look around, begins to shift into this long, writhing tentacle that begins to move, attached from the ceiling to floor. You see the beds that are nearby begin to shift and bubble as these large boils of flesh begin to vibrate nearby. You begin to see things that for most would be unspeakable, but sort of make sense to some of that alien mind that you have. Everybody can sort of hear the shifting in sounds and possibly even a voice, as not quite a yell, but just strange noise comes from below.
I just tripping on LSD.
Yeah, you just found drugs.
This guy dies.
Crew will kind of open up his eyes from his meditation and in prayer, and he will, what is that? And he'll go and look, see what's going on.
You head down below, and you can see Tide is kind of leaned up against the table that's there, like looking around, has his hand near his face, as if he's looking at something strange all around him. And Tide, you turn and you see a turtle man that has tufts of fur that's just coming down off his cheeks, extremely long brows, but his arms are ending in a number of writhing tentacles, much like Ripple, as he's kind of just slumping down, this sliding down this tentacle that's writhing where the stairwell once was.
Tide, are you okay?
You see his eyes are extremely wide as he's looking at you.
Tide,
These
you
wide
good,
black
buddy?
eyes.
You're definitely hallucinating tremendously, even though you may not know it.
Oh man. I'll try to cast frostbite on that weird monster. The weird
Which weird monster? Because there's a number of them all around you.
that weird tentacle bear.
The tentacle bear? Okay.
Yep.
Well, it vaguely looks like Crew. You recognize him as Crew, but he's been blessed in some way.
Yeah, I'm better this way for you, so.
Everybody's better with tentacles. That's just how it is.
Exactly.
Alright, wow. What are you?
My name's Crew. You good, buddy?
You see one a
Taps him on the
vial.
shoulder.
A vial that's corked not too far from where he's standing at the desk or the table that's there against the wall.
I'm gonna take a look at it.
Okay. The large, blessed Crew walks over in your direction and look at the vial and the things that's there. You can roll me a knowledge nature check or arcana.
Okay. I am proficient with herbalism kits.
Okay, then yeah, roll me that.
Okay, let me do that. Add in wisdom. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, it's your wisdom plus proficiency because you're
I'll just roll a d20.
Proficient with it.
Drink it, Crew. Open your mind. Drink it.
It's gonna be a 22.
22.
Damn it.
You're looking through the alchemical components that's there, some of the things that's in the jar, what's in the vial, and it almost immediately hits you as you've heard rumors of this kind of moving around Emmerich's Hold recently. It's something called Mad Vine Vapor, which tends to cause tremendous hallucinations, a euphoric sort of feeling, as well as if anyone, and that's just from the vapor itself. If the substance is actually ingested, it causes a tremendous amount of pain to a person's psyche. Even some people have been damaged to the point where they actually die from it.
Okay, sorry.
I love it.
He's gonna cork it. And is there multiple vials of this?
You see it 2 others that are in leather straps that's just kind of in some of the alchemical components that are there.
Buddy, this is dangerous. You just need to take a seat. Do I feel like it's gonna wear off, and how long do I feel like it'll
You're not sure how much he ingested or how he ingested it.
Oh, okay.
Looking at the vial compared to the other vials, there's not really much missing there. So he may have just got a whiff of some of the vapor and not the whole dosage. So it may wear off in about 10 or 20 minutes, but it's probably pretty intense.
All right, buddy. Just here, come here. I'm gonna lead him to a bed and kind of lay him down. Just relax. Enjoy your time. It'll be over before you know it.
I will enjoy my time.
And Crew's gonna take those vials and put them in this bag.
Okay. Mark them down.
Wait. Who am I
Tide,
detailing now? Yes.
like a ripple going across your mind. A voice
Hey, boom, boom.
that reverberates in what sounds like through water, but also in an empty room that echoes all around you. Return to me. Feel a call from the deep. You feel the water beyond the wall. Tide's hand kind of goes up to the side of the ship, pressing against the wood, and he listens and focuses. And you can feel the waves just caressing the side of the ship, calling to you. Something there, beyond the shallows, but within the darkness of the depths. Return.
Do I find the...
And you get the flashes of deep sea. Coral. Muted. Because the light doesn't shine down here. The darkness of this water is inky blue. You can barely see in your mind, as if you're walking through a fog beneath the sea itself. The sand washing up with each step you take, kind of permeating and pluming in clouds around you. You see a single jet black spire that's halfway stuck into the seafloor itself. Dormant, drifting, dark shapes, long tendrils moving with the waves beneath the sea itself. And then you get pulled back into the space you're in. You look back over, and now Crew no longer is bare, no longer has tentacles, but he has a toothy maw, much like a shark, similar to Trapjaw, but his is twisted and gnarled as he's kind of giving you an odd look as you're pulling away from the wall beneath the deck.
You feeling better?
Will I ever gotten the sense that I'm on the right path to that's my calling.
You probably at this point really can't piece things together because of the current state you're in.
I need more vapors. Alright, I guess I'm coming down now. You
said? Things change through time. The colors begin to slowly fade away. The walls returning to wood once again. After about 15 minutes, things begin to wear down. You have a bit of a headache. Your eyesight's slightly blurry. You feel like you need water.
I will. I'll create some water.
Okay. There's some empty barrels nearby.
Yeah, but my water's better.
Okay.
and I'll take out a cup and I'll that I took from.
Where do you place that water when you create it?
I do have a cup as a spell component for the armor of Agathis. And
So
I'll
you're
put
only going
in,
to use create water to make a little bit of water then, because otherwise I believe it's about 10 gallons that you create.
yeah, 10 gallons. Yeah, I don't care. The extra gallons is, I don't care where it goes.
So just
Is that
splashing all across around. You fill your cup as well as the bottom of the hold below with fresh water.
and then I'll use shape water to throw it out the port side window.
So the water comes together and makes its own tendril that kind of snakes up the side of the hold below, and then just falls out the side of the hole where the cannon is, the porthole. And everybody can hear a loud splash as some water's dumped from below deck to the sea. But you drink. You don't quite feel sated from one cup, though.
No.
But it helps. Does anyone else go investigate the sounds and things that are going below deck?
Definitely.
Okay. You've been watching from the stairwell what's been happening so far.
Yeah. As soon as he sees the water, I'm like, what the? Oi! What's going on down here?
Dad was on a trip. He did some drugs.
Oh.
Yeah. I think he's better now. He just made a bunch of water. I don't know if that's better. I mean, seems like something he might be into. I don't.
By the way, sorry I blew up on you.
That's all right. You're protecting your friend. I get that. Understandable.
You couldn't see. I should have been more. My apologies.
It's all right. It's all right.
Um.
Water under the boat.
Take care of. Apparently, it's also in the boat. Are you gonna take care of him?
Yes.
You're good down here.
I mean, he looks fine. He's probably not gonna die.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna check out the top.
All right.
I'll see you in a bit, and then I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna start climbing up to the crow's nest.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a athletics check as you're climbing out.
Does my thing subclass come into play here?
The climb speed, that's right.
For climb speed, yeah.
I do, yeah. I have because I'm a thief.
Yep, you absolutely make it up without any issue. As there's no threat of you falling or anything because of your training. You climb to the top. And you get to see the scene that's kind of playing out before you. The open air markets here on the lower docks where you are currently in the drift docks. You see people are packing up as the day is turning to night. Sun setting behind you. See carts being pulled in, people bringing things out from beneath the open air docks and down the streets and roads off and deeper into Emmerich Hold itself. The last few fishing vessels coming to dock for the evening, pulling in their catch, loading them into large barrels full of water to keep fresh for the next day on the docks, and then heading off. You also see, roll me a perception check.
Gotcha. That is a 10.
Okay. You see the crowds have been long gone by now, not really worried about what's going on in the ship. Rumors probably already spreading throughout Emmerich's Hold if you've known anything about this place. Nevertheless, you do see what looks like old Skurg coming down from the mid-level of Emmerich's Hold with a number of people behind him, a total of 4 others with him. A motley crew, to say the least. Dirty, disheveled, most of them barely wearing rags, and each of them all different shapes and sizes. As you see a gnome with this puffy kind of very curly, thick black hair, a bit of a just small little bit of fuzz on his chin. He does have a bit of, or at least a part of some studded leather armor that is on, and you can't make out if he has any weapons on him. But he's just nonchalantly, he looks rather young, but nonchalantly just following old Skirg down towards where the group of you are. You also see a much taller individual, slightly pointed ears, sort of pale skin, very thin and lithe individual. He has very common dirty clothes on. This one as well, you're not sure if he's armed, but if he is, it's nothing that stands out like a battle axe or anything. And then next to him, you also see a very stout and burly looking dwarf with a deep, like auburn and brown beard that has some braids going down to about almost the top of his very large stomach that's uncovered. He has no shirt on, but a thick belt that's kind of pushing in the bottom part of his stomach that's kind of lapped over the top of it, as well as these very flowing pair of pants that's kind of ripped on the sides, open to the air. And then at the end of that, you do see a human female that's kind of following behind old Skirg. She has shaved sides of her head, as well as this like thick plume of blonde hair that just kind of yells out to everyone around her, just like a beacon in the darkness. She does have a suit of leather armor on, and probably the least dirty of the group. You do see a single short sword on her left hip, as well as a bow that's slung over her shoulder. All right, now, come on. As old Skirg is leading this group down toward you. All right, yeah. You can't really make out with your perception check what he's saying, but he's kind of talking to them at the dock, and he's looking over and notices you as well as some of the crew that's on the deck, as well as Trapjaw sleeping in his hammock. And he's motioning to all of them, and they kind of just sit down nearby. And it begins to head over towards the ship.
I'll kind of just let whatever happens, and if he calls me down, I'll go down. But if not, I'll kind of just chill out up there.
Okay.
And just kind of take in the sight.
Okay. All right. Well, old Skirg kind of goes up to the side of the ship and begin to try to climb his way up the rope ladder that's on the dock. Easy enough for him on this day as he climbs up the rope ladder and gets to the top of the main deck there. Looking around, he's scratching his chin, seeing Trapjaw sleeping. We won't wake the captain just yet. And he begins to just look around the top deck, examining the ropes, looking at the sail that's there, as well as the damage that's on the front of the ship. Oh, what was that? I just had some weird noise. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. Examining the ropes that's there, as well as the sail, the damage on the front of the ship, and then coming back. He's looking up at you, Pharaoh. Who else is on the top deck? Anybody else on top deck yet? Okay, looking over to you, Ellie. Well, what was your name again, miss?
I'm resting.
Oh. Okay.
Probably his crew would hear some of the commotion.
You definitely heard somebody clambering up the side as the wood was banging against, as he was shaking tremendously as he's climbing up the rope ladder.
He'll kind of look to Tide. You're good, right?
Yes.
All right. And he's gonna go ahead and walk up.
Okay. And by this time, Tide, everything's kind of worn off. You just have that lingering feeling of the headache and dehydration. Crew, he says kind of in a whisper, not to wake Trapjaw.
Old man.
Is this the beauty? The puddle jumper, huh?
That's what they call her.
He kind of pats on a nearby post that has the rope along the edge to keep people from falling off. She's a beaut for sure.
She'll do.
Are we gonna take her out on a midnight sail?
Probably not tonight. The guards got involved.
Oh.
They want us to stick around. We did have to deal with some people.
He kind of looks around the deck, noticing
blood.
some blood. Yeah.
If you could
like
clean
there
that
was
up
a
when you
bit
get
of
chance.
scuffle. I mean, we have a bit of a. We have some crew for Trapjaw to talk to if we can wake him. Has he been
Has it
asleep?
been about an hour?
Not quite yet. It's been probably about 45 minutes or so. Actually, probably by this time, it's probably been a couple hours, actually. So, Ellie, you're done with your long rest, and Trapjaw is still asleep.
Yeah, I'll get him up. And Crew's gonna walk over and give the hammock a good kick.
Okay. The hammock swings, and all of a sudden, Trapjaw, you're jolted from your sleep as your hammock's swinging, and you see Crew right next to you.
Oh, Captain, my captain.
Hey, wait.
The old guy's back for you.
Old guy, which one?
You know, the old one you are friends with for some reason.
Okay.
He's got a crew or something. Some more members.
Oh,
waking up a sleeping captain will get you shot.
Yeah, that's probably true. You got a gun, Captain?
What? No.
All right, then I think I'm good.
It's okay, Ellie. It's okay. Okay, let's go talk to old Skirk.
Well, morning or evening, Captain. How you doing?
Great. Yes, old Skirk. What can I do for you?
Well, I see we have a ship. And you asked me to hire some crew. Do we need more people?
Always more people. Well, how many people did you bring me?
Oh, I have 4.
No, 2.
Well, do you wanna come pick them? He's motions behind him, and you see the 4 individuals that are described a moment ago.
Are we still below deck or above deck?
Above deck. You're on the main deck.
All right, so I'll look over the 4 individuals. What do I see?
Well, you see the pretty disheveled-looking gnome with puffy black hair, some studded leather armor that looks like it's missing probably about half of it, some somewhat ratty clothes underneath. You also see a very tall, lanky-looking maybe elf or half-elf. They have pointed ears. That has pretty much is wearing just rags, and no telling where Old Skirk found this individual. Then you see a very stout and round dwarf with a braided auburn brown beard, no shirt, covering his upper portion of his body beyond his beard. And then next to him is a probably middle age or late 20s, maybe 30s, human female, shaved hair on the sides with just like this plume of bright yellow hair. She has okay leather armor, short sword, and a bow strung on her shoulder.
Well, this is easy. You 2 shorties, get the fuck off my boat.
Well, none of them are on the boat. They're actually a ways away off the docks and waiting on dry land.
Okay. I will go approach them.
All right. Captain, do you want me to come with you?
Old Skirk, no.
Oh, okay, Captain. I trust you'll do what needs to be done.
Yes.
I'll go find my bunk, and he begins to just go down deck. Tide, you see old Skurg begin to come downstairs. Oh, how are you doing, Tide?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Great. Or she's a beaut, isn't she? As he's tapping the wall, touching the wood, running his hands along. Oh, damn it, splinter. Pulls a bit of the wood from his finger. But Trapjaw, you approach the 4 individuals. They all kind of stand up, looking at you. The long, lanky elf, maybe, watches you approach. He's quite pale, and he gets even paler as you approach. He actually immediately turns, says, "Fuck this," and runs. the larger dwarf begin to just chuckle.
Well,
the poofy-haired gnome begins to pick his nose with his pinky, looking over at you. So who might you be?
Oh, well, not your captain. See you later.
What?
Goodbye, I said.
You want me to leave?
Yes, clearly you can't follow instructions. You have no place on my boat. Goodbye.
Oh. Thanks for the coin, he says as he turns and runs.
Fuck. You own the coin before. Oscar. Yes, yeah. Okay, you two that are left here.
Yes, apparently you're Captain Trapjaw, the female says.
Well, you've gotten this far. That's good. Yes, I am Captain Trapjaw.
I'm Norsven.
Norsven. Okay. What are you good at?
Well, most of the time I hunt and fish for anyone here on the island. I grew up here for a while. I'm a decent deckhand. I can tie some decent knots and take care of anything you might need on the ship. I also can cook pretty well.
Don't need that.
No cooking then.
Do you follow instruction well?
Yes, Captain.
Do you mind taking a life?
If it needs to be taken, better theirs than mine. Or yours.
And do you like confiscating things from others?
For 1 gold a day, I'll do whatever you need.
Get on the ship, get to work.
Yes, Captain. She kind of turns and looks at the dwarf and just kind of smiles as she's walking away. All right, Captain. Yeah, me. He rubs his stomach, finger in his belly button, pulling a bit of lint out of it.
He's the only one left, so crew probably would be on the bow.
I guess you want to know. Okay.
Close as he can be to like listening and watching, watching Trapjaw in action here.
All right.
What is your name?
Tarek.
Tarek. Okay. What are you good at?
He looks over towards your ship. Well, I fix things. I'm good shot with the cannons. And I can make sure your powder's dry.
That is good. The previous powder monkey is made of water, so it wasn't going to work too well.
Interesting.
Yes. Same thing for you. Do you have a problem with taking lives?
As long as I'm getting paid the same as her.
Do you have any objection to confiscating things from others?
Huh? If we take it, it wasn't theirs. As long as we're not doing it here anyway.
Do you need a step ladder or will you be okay?
I think once I climb onto the deck, I'll be fine.
Okay, get on the fucking boat.
All right, Captain.
Maybe we could find him a shirt too.
Oh, I don't need that.
He doesn't need a shirt.
Of course.
Does his body bother you, Crew?
He kind
I
of
was
rubs his
just
stomach
joking.
again. He's jealous.
So jealous.
Well, let's see what we got here. The female's already on top of the ship, going below deck, putting her things on the weapon rack, noticing what's there, just taking note of the ship. It takes the dwarf some time to actually climb up and finally roll onto the ship. He doesn't actually climb up and get on his feet. He climbs up, rolls onto his back onto the ship, rolls back onto his stomach, pushes himself up, and finally gets onto his feet. Oh, there we go. All right.
Act like you're a turtle or something.
You know the feeling, I guess.
Not
I
really.
hope you're more dexterous in battle.
I mean, I have an eye for a shot, as I said. I'm kind of like to stick to one place in battle. I'm hard to move after that.
Okay. Ellie, question. What all do we need to be seaworthy?
We have to fix that hole in the bow of the ship.
I'm on it,
Do we have
Captain.
supplies? Okay, do we have proper supplies for him to do his job?
Do we have enough on the ship with the repair stuff that we had?
Are you trained with any, like, carpenter's tools or anything like that?
Am I?
Mhm.
Mm,
If not, you could just roll me a...
navigator's tools.
No. You can go... Or any, like, smithing tools, anything like that. If not, just go ahead and roll me just a general intelligence check.
How would this?
Proficiency with water vehicles.
Okay, yeah, you can roll me your proficiency with your intelligence.
How would the mending cantrip work with all this?
So, just so you guys know, the ship itself actually has... I actually have a handout to give you
Yeah, I love handouts.
for the ship.
Nice.
Hand it out.
Hand
Hand it out, boy.
Hand out the handout.
How the proficiency works, you roll a d20 and then add the intelligence modifier.
Plus
Yes.
your
Plus your proficiency.
How do I know what my proficiency is?
it's 2.
Plus
Yeah,
two
it's
right
plus
now.
2 right now.
So 12.
All right. If you had to guess, it probably would take you, or a group of people, to fix and manage to fix that hole, in as well as the sails. Probably, if you had to guess, maybe about half a day.
And do we have the supplies to do that?
And what you have currently in the supply, as far as what's in the ship, you do have enough
Ooh.
to fix the ship. And probably have a little left over. There you go. Bless you.
That's cool.
Oh, thank you.
So, also that price is without any of the cannons or weapons or anything on it.
Base price.
Just so y'all know.
Okay.
And then, so how does mending work with the
So,
shipment?
the mending spell will heal 1 hit point as long as you it'll heal 1 hit point from anything that's not completely destroyed. For example, if the helm gets completely destroyed, mending will not work on it. Make whole wood if you also had supplies to supplement anything that's missing or broken, destroyed.
So
and then that would heal a certain amount as well.
So crew could go and help with the repairing of it, and I would imagine speed it up Because I
Yes.
feel like he could probably put a board to it and he could just mend it.
Yes, he
almost.
can help mend. So that would probably cut the time to fix and repair by a third. So instead of a half a day, it'll probably take, maybe 4 hours or so.
Okay. I think I could go down and help him get that hole patched up pretty quickly. So.
Okay, don't try not to stare at his belly too much while you're down there, okay?
I mean, it's just gonna be right in my face. I have a feeling. So I don't. Maybe we
Try
can.
to make do. You'll be
I mean,
alright.
you're the captain. You could make him wear a shirt if you wanted to.
I don't want to. It's fine.
All right. I was really just joking. You guys aren't very good with sarcasm, I guess, around these parts.
Are you still talking, or are you going to repair?
I mean, I could leave him to his job, I guess, and he could take it.
The dwarf is currently
Okay.
trying to get downstairs into the hold. It's taking him some time.
Kick him.
Oh, one moment, Captain. He's sucking his belly in to actually fit down into it.
I kick him to help him get down there.
Okay. No, he
But
finally
they're
does.
just, like,
He
stunned
finally
on it.
does get through and down below.
Yeah, are you good now?
Norzra, let me hand some of these boards up to you. All right, she says as she gets to the stairwell and begins to grab boards from the dwarf and put it back up on top of the deck. Then he goes and begins to examine the damage on the inside. They begin to get to work.
Yep. Crew will go down and help
Yep.
him.
If you help them, it probably take about 4 hours time to fix what's going on there, depending on how well we roll.
Ellie.
Okay. He begins the work.
Ellie, I need you to go do something for me.
What do you need?
All the items on your list, whatever we need to make the ship seaworthy, supplies, you'll have to go acquire them from Gugthan.
From
Yeah.
Gulfington.
Yes, Gugthan has supplies that we can use, that we can buy.
How
He
long
said
how long are we going to be out at sea?
I say you do a 30-day supply.
30 days. Okay.
Yes, just in case. I mean, chances are we can port before then, but you never know.
Ellie, you know that 30 days supply for the amount of people that's currently on the ship with Olkskurg, the two new ones, and the group of you probably would be the maximum that you would be able to fit on the ship itself. As far as, food, fresh water, that sort of thing, without actually getting anything along the way.
You do realize that if we put a 30-day supply on this small ship, then we will not be able to pick anything extra up at this time.
Oh shit! I forgot we are slooping.
Duh.
Okay. 10-day supply then.
You currently have
Okay.
2 weeks of supplies on the ship.
Well, we have about that right now, unless you wanted anything extra. Maybe we want to replace some of the boards that we're using currently, but other than that, we probably could do okay, depending on what
Okay.
we're going to do.
Okay, perfect. Yes, get some extra boards, okay? Repair supplies. Pick up another 12 cannonballs and powder for that.
Captain, if I may, the female speaks up. I can get the lumber. I've done some lumbering in my time. The island has what we need.
You want to go out and chop down trees?
If it will save some coin.
Okay, yeah. I'll take all the coin saving I can get.
Olgskur says, I'll go with you, and once we're done fixing here. She nods and kind of smiles.
Don't break yourself trying to carry trees, old man.
Don't worry, hon. I'll figure it out. Sometimes you gotta use your head more than your muscles, he says as there's hardly any there.
So if we don't need that, what we do need is 3 more chemics for the 2 new crew members, plus I guess Olskirk can stay in the hammock. We will need 12 more cannonballs plus the powder for them. And if you can see if he has, the rope with the hook, and you pull.
Like a hand fishing pole instead of the trawling ones behind us.
No. The like thick rope with a hook. So when we come up and along another ship and we decide that we want to take some of their things, you grab the rope and you pull. Like for boarding another ship.
Oh,
Grapples, Olskirk says.
That's the one. Ah.
Look, you're useful for something.
I need a book to draw in, and maybe some charcoal.
Then why didn't you get that while you were out?
I was getting the crew.
Well, while you're out this time, get yourself a book.
I'm gonna need some more coin, Captain.
We gave you coin.
You already spent the coin on people that they didn't even hire.
Well, I didn't. It's not my fault you didn't want them on the ship. I already paid them to be on it.
You're supposed to bring them to me, and then we pay them once I hire them.
Yes, I hired them. You said to hire some people, and I did.
Damn it, Olskirk. You don't listen very well.
What?
Okay. I'll give him another gold.
Thanks, Captain. He bites it with one of his good teeth. This'll do.
I would hope so.
Why are we bringing that guy?
Because I have the mind. You have the muscles.
Ellie, looking down, I mean, I don't really have much muscle, but I certainly have more than you.
You sure do.
Where is the other rabbit?
That was weird.
I think he was sleeping, or maybe making dinner. I don't remember.
Yeah, he is resting and taking some time to lick his wounds. And possibly possibly making dinner as well by this time.
Where's the rabbit that can see?
Up here. I yell from...
He's up on the top of the mast.
Oh. Okay, are you having fun up there?
Yep. And you see him, he's holding this, what seems to be figure, and he's kind of just carving it out, kind of just messing with it, and getting it done. Did you need me for something?
No, you were just missing. I was making sure you weren't dead.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Somebody want to come with me to carry cannonballs.
Oh. Hey, rabbit with eyes.
Yep.
You can help Ellie get supplies, yes?
Okay.
Okay. There you go, help her.
I'll make my way down.
Okay.
Do you have enough strength to carry 12 cannonballs?
12? How heavy are they?
The docks normally have wheelbarrows that you can use.
I'll try my best.
Good enough for me. We'll see.
If you need extra help, come back and I'll send Tide, but I don't know if he's feeling well yet. He looked fucked up when I woke up.
Yeah,
Maybe he should stay here and rest.
He apparently
Yeah.
took like drugs or something. I don't know. He was doing something.
We haven't even left port yet. Why are we taking drugs?
Ask him, not me. I don't know. He's
I mean,
into that sort of thing.
I don't even want to know.
You guys are making my job very hard, and we haven't even left port.
Quite the crew you've got here, Trapjaw.
Yes. Well, I will shape you yet. Don't worry. Well, Ellie, I don't need to shape you, but the others.
So, how heavy is actually a cannonball?
You'll see.
6 pounds each.
Oh.
It's
I got
called a
this.
6-pounder cannon for a reason.
That would make sense. And he kind of jumps off the ship, lands on the thing.
Yep.
We
All right.
will be back.
So Pharaoh and Ellie head off towards Gogden. Okay. And the rest of your crew, you're helping with repairs. Tide, you do anything particular?
Seeing people working, I'll probably help out too to
Okay.
reduce the time.
All right. And Trapjaw, what are you doing in the meantime? Old Skurg also goes down. I'll be back, Captain. I'm gonna go get that book and some charcoal. Do you need anything else?
No, I don't think so, Skirk.
Okay. So let's go ahead and take a short break, and we'll be right back in about 10 or 15 minutes.
I'm good.
Be right back. And we're back. Billy and old Skurg heads toward Gogthan. You see, by now, the sun is set beyond the mountains, the west, behind the lower docks. The mountainside just casting a large shadow across the lower docks as well as the bay. But still, torches are lit, lanterns kind of guiding along each path and the alleyway, lighting up the lower docks as well as all of Emmerich Hold one by one, almost like starlight across the sky as the sun sets. The Emmerich Hold is a beautiful sight even at night, even with the disheveled and ramshackled homes and buildings, into the towering mountains and the upper decks and parts of Emmerich's Hold. It's definitely beautiful. And tonight, the night is rather clear, not many clouds in the sky, a moon that's fairly bright, casting over and shining down all across Emmerich's Hold as well as the Dragon Isle. You approach where Gogthan is in the open air markets. Most people have already picked up things and have gone home for the evening, or even to the local tavern or nearby party along the beach or cliffside. Gogthan is still there with a few other people just kind of meandering about in his part of the market itself, as most of his goods stays out and he has a contingent of thugs that kind of look over it throughout the night. And he's currently there talking to a few of these individuals that are nearby, kind of barking orders of what needs to go where for the next day and to prepare. Keep an eye out. As you and old Skurg approaches, old Skurg looks over to you. I guess you'll do the talking then, huh?
That's the best idea. And Pharaoh's with us too.
Okay, Pharaoh as well. Taking up the shadows behind you. You approach Gogthan, and he looks over in your way. Well then, the quartermaster returns. Captain Trapjaw told me to prepare for you. You have a list of things that you need.
Just a few items.
Very well.
Couple extra things for repair, boards and linen and that sorts of things.
Lumber, linen, anything else?
I guess he needs a notebook or something and some charcoal.
Perhaps I have something for you, says with a toothy smile.
And an extra barrel of bourbon.
Bourbon. Okay. How much lumber, linen, and bourbon? One barrel.
Depend on what kind of deal.
Small, medium, or large barrel?
Oh, large, of course.
Okay.
Scourge is gonna carry that.
He kind of smiles. I sure have some dock hands to help you bring it back with carts. No worries. For a friend. See?
Oh, we are friends now.
Well, of course.
Okay, I will.
I only deal with friends. It's hard to trust many people out there.
I don't trust anyone, so I understand.
He nods, and he steps inside his small little office. Let's do some paperwork then.
Yeah.
How many tons of lumber? What do you need it for? Repairs? What is it?
Just something to have on hand in case we run into some trouble.
So a bundle of boards, okay?
Yeah.
We do 10 gold for that. And the linen to fix the sails, patches.
Yeah.
All right. 5 gold. And then the bourbon. You want a large barrel? 50 gold.
How about we do it all for 50 gold?
All for 50 gold. We're not that kind of friend.
Yeah, we are.
Roll a persuasion check.
It's an opening to a new friendship. Persuasion. 19.
Okay. He kind of sits back and rubs his face, pricks his finger on his horn. A bit of blood kind of begins to seep from the tip of his finger as he swirls it around between his thumb and index finger. I tell you what, for the new captain of the Puddle Jumper and his crew, we can do 50 gold. You have a deal, quartermaster.
We have a deal then.
Very well. Begins to write up some paperwork for a receipt of what you're purchasing. Rolls it up, hands it to you. Well, he hands it to one of the deckhands, the dockhands first. Gather this stuff, put it on one of the wagons, and bring it down to the Puddle Jumper, Dock 13. And they nod and they begin to go around the open air market there, filling up one of the nearby carts. Hand-drawn cart, but with a couple people, they're able to pull it down towards the dock, and he awaits payment.
Ellie hands him the bag of gold pieces.
Right. He takes his time to count it in his office. You know, I believe we'll have a very wonderful working relationship. As I was telling Trapjaw, I always have some work for a group small as yourself, or a small ship to go in and out of places that other larger ships cannot go.
What kind of work are you looking for to be done right now?
We have many things to deal with. One in particular is I have some cargo that didn't make it back recently. One of the nearby let's just say, hidden aisles that we use. Obviously, that would take some discretion, as these places, we need to make sure they stay hidden. But if we need to find a new island and you can recover supplies for us, it definitely would make you quite a sum. I have another ship that's gone missing a little further south than that job would do, but it'd pay a bit more if you figure out what happened to the ship and the crew, where they may be, or if they ran off with my cargo. There's always something to be done. Someone to kill, ship to sink. You tell me what you want to do, and I'll have a job for it. Otherwise, we'll see what comes along our way.
How about you give me a list of what you want done, and I will come back when they are done. Depending on what our captain decides what to do first.
I say we build relationships first. I give you a couple jobs, you decide what you want to do. You choose, and if you complete them, you get paid, and we'll open it up to other opportunities.
Sounds like a start.
Very good. Well, one of the deckhands comes in, holds out the receipt to you. Here you go, ma'am.
Better I'll take this.
We'll bring it back
Okay.
down to the puddle jumper. And he goes off with one of the other dock hands and begins to drag the cart down towards the drift docks. Well, if you need anything else, you know where I am. I don't go very far from this place.
Da. As I've seen.
Oh, before I forget. He reaches down and opens one of the drawers in the desk. Pulls out a leather-bound tome that has a string wrapped around it a few times in a knot. Holds it out to Old Skirt. Here you go. I don't have any charcoal, but I'm sure you can find some in a random campfire within the slums here. Thank you so much. And he hands the gold over to the Gokthen. He smiles, takes the gold, and just places it in his pocket.
Will that do? Is that what you need?
I'm sure it will. Now, I don't want to criticize, but leave your... And he waits to see if you give him an odd look or not. But he begins to whisper, I believe you're missing something.
What am I missing?
You need more cannonballs, Captain said.
Da. He did say that.
I don't want to step on any toes.
You're not.
Just, teamwork.
You passed the test. You're paying attention.
Thank you.
I need 12 cannonballs and some gunpowder.
Oh, smoke powder and 12 cannonballs, huh? Well, that's gonna be a little more expensive. As smoke powder is a hot commodity. How much
Always a
smoke
hot
powder do
commodity.
you want? I guess to shoot
Enough.
the 12 cannons.
You guessed correctly.
300 gold pieces.
I will find them elsewhere.
Very well. Best of luck.
And we will head out.
You can go ahead and roll me a knowledge history, or if you have any others. I don't think you had any smithing skills or anything like that, or even Arcana. Arcana would be another one for the smoke powder. To see how valuable that is.
15.
Okay. You know the cannonballs shouldn't be very expensive, as it's just basically metal that's forged and smelted together. But smoke powder it's definitely expensive compared, especially if you're going to have a large amount. So a large container or barrel of smoke powder probably could run in the hundreds of gold pieces. Because it is a rare commodity that's imported in.
But we would probably know somewhere that we could get it cheaper than 300 for just 12, right?
You can roll me a history check to see if you can find any place that may, or rack your brain that may have it cheaper.
18.
You may be able to look around in the open air markets in the next morning to see if anyone has any smoke powder that for sale, because obviously a lot of people here buy it, so it is imported in, and even some smiths or that follow Gong, one of the crafting deities of the Forgotten Realms or Faerun, create this substance. Not sure of the process of how it's created, but it is a material that is mined and then combined with something else, some alchemical components, to create the smoke powder itself. So you may be able to find some in the next day, but right now the rest of the market is currently closed.
Yes, but we're not leaving till sometime tomorrow anyway, so I know that there's still time.
All right. Doc then watches the group of you just hanging out there as the cart begins to go down the road towards the drift docks.
Ellie looks at the group. Anything else you guys would like to look for while we are out, or shall we wait till tomorrow?
Fine by me.
All right. So the group of you return to the puddle jumper.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it takes probably about an hour or so to get there, do the deal with Gogthin, get everything loaded up, and the dock hands to actually bring down the supplies to be loaded onto the ship. Dock hands pull up the cart next to the docks, but allow you to unload it. The rest of you that are still on the ship and working on it, and you still have a good bit of work to be done on the ship to get it prepped and ready. But you do notice the cart coming down, as it's basically the only cart at this time of night coming down the road, and comes to where the docks begin. Both the dock hands look at you, Ellie. We'll be back for the cart tomorrow, so do what you need to do. Have a good night.
Ellie flips them a couple silver pieces.
They gladly take it. Thank you so much, ma'am. They begin to head back down the road.
I'll start grabbing stuff that I can carry. Help
Okay.
bring it above.
All right. Along with the other two new crew members that are currently working, the dwarf continues to do the repairs, and he asks the other woman to, why don't you just go help them get those supplies? Crew and I can finish repairs. And the group of you begin to unload Who all helps, by the way? I'm just curious to see who's actually doing the heavy lifting.
Billy goes to talk to Trapjaw.
Okay.
Barrel will try his best.
Yep.
Crew will probably yell out, if y'all need something heavy lifted, I can maybe help you with it. Be a little bit of help at least.
We probably do. Come on.
Ellie wouldn't go into the ship empty-handed. She would at least grab something, but she would go directly to talk to Trapjaw.
All right. You all float into the ship.
Crew will kind of look at the dwarf. I'll be right back. And he's going to go.
No problem, sir.
Go out and help carry some stuff.
All right. So the group of you are unloading. Tide, what are you doing?
I'll still be helping with the
repairs.
The repairs of the ship.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then Ellie, you find Trapjaw. Where are you at, Trapjaw?
I'd probably be poking around the food area, looking for.
So down below.
Yeah.
All right. So he's down by the cooking area. Osu's probably there, still prepping some things. As you're kind of fluttering down or walking down the steps, he turns and his ear perks in your direction. He asks if you're hungry, if you want anything to eat.
Yes, I could probably use with something to eat for me.
He begins to whip you something up, meaty and hearty. Ellie, he also asks if you wish to have something to eat as well.
I am famished.
All right. He begins to make something a little bit lighter for you, just guessing on what you might want to eat. Probably using some of the fruit and possibly some of the grains that may be there.
Sounds great.
All right, but Trapjaw is also there.
Trapjaw. I got the supplies you asked.
Perfect. Good job.
Except the cannonballs and the powder.
What the? He didn't have any?
He wanted 300 gold for them, so I figure we could probably find them a little cheaper tomorrow morning in the market.
300 gold? Fuck. He said he was going to give us a discount. That is not a discount, that's ass fuck.
That's just why I walked away. I did get the rest of the stuff, a bundle of lumber and some linen, and also a barrel of bourbon for a decent price. But I told him he could hold on to his cannonballs and powder.
Yes, tell him he can hold his own balls.
But he also gave me a list of jobs if we wanted, if we were interested in picking up anything while we were here.
Maybe well, yeah, no, he told me the same thing. And yeah, obviously we're going to take some jobs. The thing is, I was looking over the map earlier, and there seems to be a few of these small islands marked with X's. You have any idea? Did you do that, or did we just get the map this way?
That was from the other guys. I don't know what the X's are representing, if they've already done jobs there, or if they know that the cargo that he's looking for is not there. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, once the port authority lets us go, I was thinking maybe we could check out some of these places that they have marked.
It sounds like a good place to start.
Yeah. You know, if it's not too far, I'll take a better look later and figure it out, but yeah. I figure we go do that. Sounds like it could be a mini adventure before we take jobs, you know, just to get a feel for the crew and everybody's place on the ship and, you know, what we're doing. All relative, you know.
And I think we got a decent amount of cannonballs for now, although I'm worried about the ship being recognized considering it's already taken damage. hoping they didn't make too many enemies out there.
Yeah, well, what we could do is, like paint a symbol on the sail, like our own symbol, to kind of like, make it look different. I don't know.
That is a good idea.
Yeah, right? I thought it was a pretty good idea. We could try it out later. Yes?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Those of you that are outside the ship, unloading things onto the ship off of the cart. Crew, what's your passive perception?
16.
Okay. Osu? Not
like his
Osu.
might
Pharaoh?
Oh, my
Andrew?
passive
Yeah.
perception is 12.
Okay. You hear what sounds like maybe a yell or a scream coming from an alley not too far away. Maybe an alley, you're not quite sure. Crew, you hear what sounds like a woman yelling for help. That's coming from not the docks itself, but just beyond the docks, where some of the hovel stacked buildings are, and a lot of those tents and more slummed areas of Immerk's hold. Scream is ear-piercing and bloody sounding.
Crew will like quickly look at Pharaoh.
Yeah, you'll see
Someone's-
his ear perk.
Someone's screaming. A woman. He'll look at the woman. What's the two new crew members' names?
So you
For me.
have
Sorry, I know that's
you
funny,
have
but I have
Tarek
to write it down.
and Norsrin.
Okay. He'll look at Norsrin is the one helping us, right?
Norsrin is currently helping you. Yeah, she is.
I will look at her and say,
Actually, she isn't there currently. She went off to gather lumber.
"Oh yeah, sorry."
Yep. So it's just the group of
Sure.
you. Yep.
I will yell at old Skirk to go tell the captain there's a noise over in that direction.
All right.
We're gonna go check it out.
He's still on top deck, and he yells down into the hold, "Captain! Captain! Trouble above!"
What's going on?
And crew is gonna start heading that way.
Crew's running off. He's heading east. Someone needs help.
As Pharaoh is going, yeah, he'll yell out to Trapshaw, like, "We heard yelling! Help! We're gonna go check it out!"
Okay, let me know how it goes.
And then by this time, you don't really see anybody in the streets, currently where you are, or on the docks themselves.
So I'm heading that way,
Yep.
looking in the alleyways.
Okay.
Seeing if
you-
I can spot anything.
You're running down the road, looking in the alleyway, but you know it's not immediately in an alley
Okay.
here. But you turn down one of the alleys that goes between what looks like a small break in the mountain that goes to the other side, and you hear more of the screaming coming up on your right as you're coming through this road where the alley opens up. You see two drunkards at the edge of the water there, kind of just talking to each other. They're older gentlemen, drinking their flagons of ale. They don't even seem to even notice the sound. And then again, another yell coming further down from the right, on the right.
You'll keep heading that way.
Okay.
As we're going, could I get up onto the rooftops and scale with him?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, you have your climb speed, so you can get on top, and you begin to move across, down, and up around. It's a little bit slower travel, but you do have the vantage point. Anyone else going with them?
Ellie will probably go part of the way just to kind of keep an ear out.
Okay.
To make sure that if they need help, I'm within range, but not jumping right
Okay.
to the front of the line.
All right. So with Is Tide going, or is he still staying repairing?
Would he have heard the scream?
What's your passive perception?
It is uh 11.
You would have also heard Pharaoh as well as Old Skurg saying that there's trouble.
Yeah, Ty would go help.
Okay, so you catch up to crew. Ellie's flying, and what we'll do is I'll move over to Tailspire and describe the scene that you see.
Fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Guys, over. Your characters basically where I think they are.
Wow.
Look at that. Oh yeah.
Ellie, you're a little bit further down in that alley there. And then Tide coming up behind. You're just a little bit close that way. You don't have to grab it all the way in there. I'll put Ripple with you.
E.
And just in case Trapjaw comes, put him all the way down in the alley down there. Then I'll move the stream over to our Tailspire. Here we go. So, you see down to the right as you're running through these buildings here, the sound is coming from over here. The ear-piercing scream coming from this woman that's standing next to what looks like racks of fish drying out on these racks. Some fresher than others. Others look like they're coming to a point of being prepared and ready, as they're full of salt and dried and prepared to be sold in the markets. In front of her, here, you see a very large humanoid, bulging muscles. With your passive perception, you see what looks like thick skin, as most of his body is bare beyond just some leathers that's dangling around his waist. You see a number of what looks like metallic bolts or something in different points across his body. His skin is a dusky gray slick color with just this like green pulsing energy around where his throat and jaw is. Where his jaw is, it's broken open at the bottom. The bottom part of the jaw is opening wide, revealing a number of writhing tentacles that's currently reaching out towards the woman, as well as some of the fresh fish that's on the racks and ripping the fish off. And from this distance, you can't tell, but the fish kind of just disappears in the mass of tentacles in the broken jaw that's cracked open. You hear the creature hiss as he does lurch forward, his clawed hands reaching out for the woman. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
How do you get the dice back on the board?
You could just roll another one.
Yeah, just press space bar.
Space bar.
Come on, D&D Beyond. You can do it.
Yeah, that's what should just roll in because it took so long.
Yeah, I'll do a D20 plus 1.
Roll the 9.
Okay, you got a 9.
I got.
Yep.
Pharaoh rolled an 11 plus 7, which is 18.
18. All right. Crew?
7.
7. Okay, you go after
Steven.
Ellie. Tied.
Call me one doesn't work this one. I will 15.
15. All right. You go before Ellie after Pharaoh. And Trapjaw, did you roll just in case they retrieve you from the ship?
I did. It was 19.
Okay, nice. So you would go first, but unfortunately, you currently don't know what's transpiring. So once you get on the board, we'll add you. So,
okay,
we'll go ahead and go with that. The creature there will continue to rip a few of the fish off of the racks that are there. It turns and hisses with a number of its tentacles. Its tentacles reach out and lash towards the woman. Okay. Luckily, she slips backwards and falls as these tentacles reach out even from 10 feet away, trying to grab a hold of her, grabbing her on her arms and her legs, trying to pull her close, but she slips free from this strange monstrosity and pulls back. Pharaoh.
So I will jump up onto these things, climb my way up there.
That's a number of like thick netting that kind of just casts the shadow on top there, but they're sturdy enough to hold you.
Okay.
The same sort of thing that's put on the side of the ship to climb what's called the Jacob's Ladder.
Okay. And then I will move the rest 15, 30. I'll use my bonus action to dash, so it gets about right there with normal feet. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Bam. Seeing him, I will just immediately grab a arrow out and take a shot.
All right, go ahead and make your attack.
Would it just be 1 dice?
Yeah, just 1.
Okay. That's a 17.
17 hits. Your arrow flies through the air. You're not hidden from him, so unless you do steady aim, but unfortunately you already moved. So no sneak attack, but go ahead and roll your damage.
All right. That's going to be a 6 points of piercing damage.
All right. The bolt flies through the air, hits the creature. The arrow itself kind of breaks across his flesh and skin. It does a bit of damage, but not as much as you would have expected. Anything else, Pharaoh?
And that will be the end of my turn.
All right. From your very well vantage point, it's pretty good there. Tide, is now your turn. You're still down in the alley behind crew. You don't quite see what's going on yet. Nothing's really been communicated, but you do hear the sounds coming up out of the alley and to the right, along what part of this slum area is built upon the shallows of the bay. It's not very useful for docks or anything like that, as it's too shallow for any ship or boat to actually get to this point. So they use it for slums.
I had to back out for a second because the map didn't load for me.
You need me to pull you in?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it says waiting for GM.
All right. Summoned.
Hey, look at that. There you go. I don't know what that was. But now I see number of goats. But except for Ellie. I see Ellie.
Okay.
Did you load the modded version?
Yeah, I did. That's why I see Ellie, but the rest of you are goats.
That's weird.
Yep.
Well,
but I'm gonna go.
Their portrait will be goats. What about their model?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the portraits are goats because that's the model it's based off of.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's the base model dropped in.
Well, we're all goats in our heart.
Yep.
You're all ghosts to me. Alright, anyway. What direction did I hear the people go towards?
So this way. See my light?
Yep, I see it. Perfect. Alright, 10, 16, 20.
And you can kind of see from there, even with the dim light that's in this area, you can see the scene I described.
Yeah, that's the monster right there.
Yep, with the green ring around the bottom.
Yep. That'd be one. Okay. Let's see how far away he is. Yeah, that's too far. 18 times 5. Yeah. Yeah, it's too far. I'll take it. I'll take a dash action to move up first.
Tide rushes past you, crew, towards the scene that's being played out before you.
Go get him, buddy.
You see also a few other people lingering around. They're hearing the sounds and looking in that direction, but no one's rushing over to help currently. All right. Anything else, Tide? But you can also move Ripple on your turn. I'll just put him next to you for now. That's cool with you.
Yeah, fine. I figured that he would be like on me.
I figured he's still on you currently. Yep.
Yeah, so.
Ellie. Oh, anything else?
Nope. Go.
All right, Ellie, your turn.
She would yell out, "What do you see? What do you see?" Because she could probably see Pharaoh and see that he's shooting at something. Right?
Yes. Yep. And from that perspective, let's see if you can see what's going on. Can't quite make out what's going on down there yet, but you do hear the sounds of yelling coming from that direction.
She would move somewhat closer.
Okay.
I don't know how to get the measuring tool out.
In, and you can press number 2. Not in, I'm sorry. It's M. Number 2 is the tile tool.
I've got 30 feet of space.
Yep. So that's 6 squares there, or you can go you can double move for 12. Right about there.
And she'll holler back at Trapjaw and say, "Pharaoh's shooting at something.
Okay.
Might be worth a peek."
Roll a perception check, Trapjaw.
Oh.
I can't yell out weird monster flesh thingy.
Okay.
Gotta eat the lady!
That is a 15.
You vaguely hear Ellie yell that out towards the direction of the ship. Actually, not Olskirk. Yeah, but one of your new crew members, the dwarf, says, "Captain, I believe they're calling for you for backup."
Oh, again, they can't handle this? Okay. And Trapjaw will start heading out towards there.
For now, we'll say it takes your turn to get to where you are currently. That way you're just not out the entire thing, because otherwise it'd be a while. Yeah. If everybody else is good with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Crew.
Okay. Crew will turn to these 2 drunk guys and say, "You all ready to piss your pants?" And he's going to he's going to cast bark skin on himself first.
Okay.
And then he's going to use a bonus action to turn into a bear.
They fall backwards as they begin to try to scramble away, their ale just sloshing all over the floor beside them. What? Okay. What else do you do?
I move.
You want the bear mini?
Yes,
Actually,
please.
I can make it unique. So let me do that real quick.
Just move. Let's move Gru over here.
Could you transform it?
Can I what?
Could you transform his mini? Like how we get
If
it
I
from
had a
Soule?
bear model, yes.
Oh,
I would
I
have to
see.
I would have to call in that file. Yep. All right, I made a special bear just for you.
Thanks.
There you go.
Okay.
The ground shakes as the bear roars. It still has bits of shell across its body, protecting it through your druidic magic.
I do not have control over it currently.
Okay. Might be a thing I need to do.
Might be.
Now you
Okay.
do.
And he's running towards him.
I love that it shakes the whole screen.
He'll stop. Can I move? I can move like right there probably.
Okay.
Stop right there. That's as far as he can go.
All right.
With it. So that's my turn.
Trap Jaws running here. This creature. It turns as the tentacles pull back from the woman next to it. You see a fish disappearing in what looks like a circular round hole at the base of the tentacles with a number of writhing teeth that's just pulling the flesh apart as the fish disappears into the maw. It slurps it up, the tentacles writhing down across its chest, away from the lady now that it sees a number of individuals approaching it, including a giant bear. It turns and pulls more fish from another one of the racks and begins to eat it and moves away. To there. The woman rushing inside, screaming that there's a monster trying to eat her. Pharaoh.
I will move 2 spaces to my left, and I'll be able to have sight. Since he's running, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna try to hit one of his ankles. See if I can't slow him down.
Okay. Do you have any abilities to do that?
I don't.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack at disadvantage then.
Okay. Oof, that's just a 10 to hit.
All right, a 10 does hit his tough outer hide, but just shatters across his skin, doing no damage. Unfortunately, it misses.
After seeing that, damn. And then he will trying to scale down the building.
Okay.
Trying to get down to the floor.
All right.
So he'll even use his bonus action to dash because he'll probably need to get down.
That's fine.
Whee!
Pharaoh
And
quickly climbs down the side of the building next to the group of you, landing quietly beside you.
Hurry up! He's getting away. And
Tide.
that would be the end of my turn.
Okay.
I will cast. Let's see here. This is. Oh, he's no longer ranged. That son of a bitch. I think he is anyway. I'm pretty sure he's not.
18
He is
tiles.
not. He is not. And I can move 5 tiles. Yeah. There. Oh, that's the ball. I got it. Turn the camera. Come on. Now I'm wondering if he's the main. Damn it! You are. Alright, taking that action.
The great things about big maps. Ranges matter.
Ranges. Yep. And that will be my turn. Sure.
Alright. Ellie. You can see your companions rushing down the road that goes along the shoreline there, following this large humanoid form that's just charging down, heading towards deeper down into the slums. What do?
I will just double move in the direction that I saw Pharaoh going.
Okay.
I don't think I can see anything from where I'm at, so that will be my turn.
You can see him from there. He's just about to turn a corner, but you can still see him.
But I did a double move, so I don't think I could do anything.
You have no bonus action.
Not prepared.
Okay. Brew. Or Giant Bear.
Giant Bear will chase him down. He's not going to quite be able to reach him. I think I can get right around here with a move action.
Okay.
But I'm getting close.
Yep.
So that'll be the end of his turn.
Is that a double move?
Yep, that's a double move. I think
Trap Jaw, lagging behind. You hear the sounds of yells and bears and combat coming from outside of the alley that you're currently in and to the right. See two drunkards actually rushing away this way as they're yelling about monsters and bears. Stumbling down the road.
So this guy, like 20 feet in front of me, is just a random stranger?
Yes, it's a random stranger.
Okay. I am going to use my whole turn to move.
Okay.
Double move. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
All right. Trapjaw rushing down the alley, trying to catch up.
Yeah. Just making a mad dash. That's my turn.
All right, the creature's turn. It turns and looks at the bear, and let's see. Or yeah, you're too far away. All right. It'll just keep moving.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh.
It's rushing.
Double moving.
Yep, it doubles moves, turns down the alley there, and begins to rush down the alley.
Okay.
Pharaoh.
He gone. Oh, rush forward.
And I believe in Tailspire, if your character doesn't have line of sight to it, it goes away.
Yeah, I cannot see.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Yeah.
I'll use his bonus action to dash again.
Okay.
There, and then I will climb up. I think that's like 2. Yeah. So it's gonna be.
Yeah, that's about
20.
about 12. So 10 feet there.
Yeah, I have a total of 60 right now, and I'd be at 50, so I have 10 more feet of movement.
So you
Did
can
I
move
use
further.
my normal action to also dash?
Yes, you can. So you can make 3 move actions. Rogue's great.
Yep.
Wow. Then I will
Rogues
also
are
do
great.
that. And I'll climb up this wall.
Okay. As you do, you see another guy just kind of standing, looking out over the water there, looking down at your companions. And as you rush up over the side, he's, what are you doing?
Excuse me, flesh golem. Move.
Okay.
And then I will run past him immediately. I have like 15, I think, left.
Okay.
5, 10, 15. Hey, hi, buddy.
Looking down,
I
you
can't
see
do
him
anything.
rushing through the alleyway down there. Looks like he's beelining straight toward the backside of, or the front side of that mountain there.
Yeah, I used everything, so
Yep.
I don't know if I can do anything else.
Tide.
Tide is up, and he will move there.
Okay.
Right ahead, and then I
Rush.
still don't see anything.
Nope.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still see nothing.
You don't see him?
Oh, I barely do. Yeah, he's hiding. I barely do. I see the green ring.
Yep.
That's all I see. We'll see how little bastard, how far he is away from me. Perfect. He will cast. Oh, wait, I took a double move. I'm sorry.
Yep. He's currently 8 tiles away from you.
All right. Oh, I got. Let me see something here.
I'll move you slightly there. There you go.
Yeah. Believe, because of my ability, Ripple has a flight speed. He does 40 feet. 40 feet. So I will send out Ripple 40 feet to do a bite attack on him.
Okay. I'll go grab him for you.
Sure. Oh yeah, I forgot him. Okay.
So he moves 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40. Yep. Gets right behind him.
Yes, +3 hit.
Everyone can see. Everyone that can see Tide currently sees Ripple leap off of Tide's back, and as he does, a number of his tentacles split open and revealing these long tendrils that have webs between them as they twist and tie together. The creature begins to fly through the air back, chasing the golem or this monstrosity. Natural 20 definitely hits.
This game is double damage, right?
Yep, we're just doing, you roll and it's just doubled.
Gotcha. Okay.
That goes from enemies as well, though.
Yep, sure does. 5 + 1, 6, 12 damage.
12 damage. That definitely hits.
We're doubling the modifier as well.
Everything. You just add it up and then double it.
Double it. Sweet.
I don't believe his attacks are considered magical, are they?
Because of my
your thing?
My invocation, they are magical.
They are magical. So it overcomes his damage resistance. So it does full damage as the tentacles latch onto the back of him for a moment, and you just see this creature just begin to gnaw and bite at his back, Pharaoh. As you see the strange ripple fly through the air, gliding with these tendrils of web tendrils, and then land on his back and then falls to the ground afterwards.
Like a goddamn facehugger.
Yes.
Ellie. Starter later.
Ellie, you can also what's the key, guys, to just step?
Just the arrows.
Yeah,
just the arrows, yeah. You can use
just
the arrows to step one tile. That way you can just count them out if you need.
I did not know that. That was actually help me out.
Yeah.
That is helping me greatly. Thank you.
Yeah, I know that either. So.
I double moved, and that will be my turn.
All right. Do you see the creature now? Crew.
Okay. Bear chase. I can get up right next to him now.
Okay.
Yep, the familiar
As the
weapons
bear
double-
is, the other bear is a bit faster
Yep.
than this
but that is-
lumbering man.
That is it, though.
All right.
My turn
Trap
again.
Jaw.
Go again, Yogi.
You hear now coming through the alley in this direction. You see your companions flying through the air, climbing the walls, rushing down this way. You might be able to cut your way through to get there quicker.
He's not there.
It's not
Just
there.
send him. Just send him towards him.
Okay.
That's what I vote. Can he get there in a turn? I can't find him. I don't think I can see him currently.
You can get to that fire there for his turn.
Yeah, to mention the double movement.
Yep,
whatever,
double movement.
Even.
Is now the creature's turn. Oh, after Ripple attacks this creature, you begin to see all across the creature's body sparks of electricity begin moving from each of the metallic bolts across his skin. Now that you're close, his skin is slick and slimy, almost like some sort of fish or eel. Ripple did hit him in melee, so Ripple takes 5 points of electricity damage.
Let's see here. When the familiar takes damage, you can use your reaction to give it resistance against the damage. So I would do that.
All right.
So 2 damage?
Yep.
Okay, so he's at 15. Okay.
He then turns and tries to smash Ripple into the ground with his fist.
Oh no.
Does a 16 hit his AC?
It does. It does.
All right. As he does, his fist begins to spark with electricity as well as he smashes down toward him. Ripple takes 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
I'm sorry. It's 10 points of bludgeoning damage and 3 points of electricity damage.
How long does he have the resistance for? Oh, yeah, for that reaction. So three.
So 13 total, unless he has electricity resistance.
No, yeah, for that one attack, yes.
All right.
So he's at 2 HP. Fantastic. He's still in the game.
And then he begins to move away. You both get attacks of opportunity if you wish to take them.
Yes.
Did Ribble get one too?
If he wants to take it.
Yeah, because that uses his reaction, not mine, right?
It is his reaction. But remember, last time he hit him, he took damage.
That's true.
25 to hit.
25 definitely hits. Let me ask if your attacks are magical.
They are not.
All right.
For 11 points of damage.
Bear claws into the back of this strange amalgamation human creature. You take 3 points of lightning damage as you strike him as well. And what was your total?
11.
11. So he's going to take 6 points of damage.
I took 3. What you said?
You took 3. Yep.
Ripple misses was a 6.
Okay.
Does he still get hit by the?
He does not take any damage if he does not hit.
Okay.
All right, and he moves to there and continues. That's the end of his turn. Pharaoh.
So real fast, how does the steady aim thing work?
Your speed for the turn becomes 0.
Okay.
And then
And
you
then
get advantage on the attack.
Is that like?
But that uses your bonus action to steady your aim.
Then I will use that. I will bonus action steady my aim.
Okay.
I'll take one of my arrows out and I'll just aim it right at him.
Go for it.
Perfect. Ooh, that's a 15.
15 hits.
All right. And this will be with sneak attack because I have advantage.
Absolutely.
So first one. So 12 points of piercing damage.
All right, and it is not magical, correct?
Not magical.
So he only takes 6. It's his resistance. Anything else, Pharaoh? You can still move. Oh no, you can't move because your speed's 0. So you're done. Tide. It is now your turn, Tide. Trapjaw, by the way, I moved you up further. The alley.
1, 2,
You hear the sound
3,
of combat coming
4,
from over here,
5,
so you should be able to cut across. If you wish.
Yeah, that arrow thing to move helps out a whole lot. I wish I knew that sessions and sessions ago.
Yeah.
I will cast Dissonant Whispers on him.
Okay.
I believe as a wisdom save.
Yep.
For 14.
All right. He fails the save, but I'm going to go ahead and use one of his legendary resistance to resist the
Damn
effect.
you! Oh, okay. Does he make the save or is resist it like all together?
Yeah, he resists the attack. It's technically he makes the save. So if it does half damage or anything like that, you can roll that.
It does do half damage.
Yep. What kind of damage?
Honestly, I think that's better for us.
Psychic.
Psychic. Okay.
I believe so. Let me just double check real quick. Yeah, it takes half the damage.
All right.
46. 1, 2, 3, 4. 13 halved. 6.
6.
Psychic damage.
Yep. So as you cast your spell on the creature and trying to connect with its mind and call upon the entities from beyond, things that cause people to go mad,
Yeah.
it almost seems as though it has no effect on him. Almost.
Almost, okay.
Anything else, Tide?
I will call Ripple back to me.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
You got it. Ellie. Both Tide and Crew, you can see further down in the direction this entity's going an opening in the mountainside. You see a dim, faint, green-colored light shining from within. Perhaps water. You're not quite sure from this distance, though. Ellie?
I'm going to cast Toll the Dead.
Alright. He fails his save, and he is damaged, so go ahead and roll d12 for the damage.
Three.
3 damage, alright. Anything else you would like to do, Ellie?
Guess I will move a little bit. Right there.
Okay. You could also move your height as well if you wish. But, before Crew goes, he's going to take a legendary action and continue running forward.
Stupid.
Stupid.
Now want me to get close to him.
Alright. And he gets there with that single action. Crew.
Oops. Maybe I can't get in there. There we go. Maybe I can now.
There you go.
Yeah, I can't quite get to him with my normal movement, I don't think.
Yeah, so you have to double move again.
Oh my gosh, stupid guy.
Stupid guy. He says.
I should have gone to. I almost went Direwolf, and I should have. That wouldn't have mattered, I don't think. Yep, that'll end my turn. Get next to him.
All right, Trapjaw. You hear the sounds of your companions over here, as through this alley there. See them flying in the air, rushing past through that other alley and into perhaps the mountainside. Not quite sure. You muted, Trapjaw.
Sorry. All right. So let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, wait. What is this?
Some water.
What? Oh.
Water.
No problem for Trapjaw.
Nope.
Okay, now that I know where they are, I'm going to whoops, where is it? I'm gonna action surge.
Okay.
So that I can
move again.
Do a whole nother one of them. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's it, right though?
Yep.
Whereas the dash, yeah.
It would just be one action. Yep.
Yep.
Let you get
okay.
ever so closer.
Yeah, he's really huffing and puffing. Please slow down.
All right. The golem turns and looks at the giant bear that's relentlessly chasing after him. It turns and its jaw opens once again. The tentacles fall out from beneath the jaw that kind of opens up. They lash out toward you. Rolled a 1, so they miss. They just going across your fur. You feel the bit of electricity that are within the tentacles, though, make you first stand on edge. But he takes his fist and tries to punch you in the face. Does a 14 hit your AC currently?
That misses.
Because of bark skin.
Yes. 16.
And then it tries to move away.
They gotta try to punch a bear.
He did try to punch a bear.
Sure did.
See if
a
he
bark, a bark skinned bear.
2 19s tonight. I could have just rolled this little higher.
Nice.
One higher. 25.
25 definitely hits.
Nice.
For 11 more points of damage.
And it's not magical, right?
Not magical, not yet.
Right.
A few more left.
Not yet. Something to look forward to.
Yes.
He takes another claw to his back, but then electricity jolts from him and into your body. You take 6 points of lightning damage.
Okie dokie.
Arrow. The figure disappears beneath the hovels in front of you and into the mountainside.
I will use my bonus action to hide this time.
Okay.
So
roll that.
That's a wow.
Oof.
That's a 12.
All right.
You've been rolling real bad tonight.
Yeah. And then I'll use my normal movement to get down. So I'll drop down to that. That's probably like 10. That's probably another 10, so that's 20 right there.
Okay.
And then 25, 30. I can see him right past the bear.
Okay.
So I don't know if I'm hidden or not, but I'll take a shot.
All right, make your shot. It is not at advantage.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yep, there it is. That's a 12.
An arrow flies past you, Prue, and actually hits across your outer layer of shell and bark skin and is deflected off and unfortunately misses, shattering against the rocks nearby. As Crue's large form is kind of giving the individual cover, fortunately.
Prue just turns around and looks at you and goes like,
Sorry. But yeah, that will be the end of my turn.
All right. Tide.
I want to click on. Oh, does binding with Ripple use his bones or his action or mine?
It'll be yours. Well, it's actually technically his whole turn, and it's your action.
Oh, his whole turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't get to do anything else once he becomes a part of you.
Okay, I will bind to him.
Okay.
And then I will move. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is my action, right? So I can't do anything else.
Right.
Right. Okay, that'll be my turn.
You'd have to read the write-up if it's a bonus action or an action. It's on there. I believe it's an
Yeah.
action, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'll it says as an action by one who's
Go ahead and roll that Constitution saving throw, though, as his tentacles pierce into your body and
oh
the
right, yeah.
the
Yep.
toxicity of his alien form begins to affect you as well.
I fail at the 1d4 poison damage.
Yep.
Come on, you can do it. Alright. 3 poison damage.
All right. Anything else, Tide?
No, that'll be my turn, sir.
Ellie.
So the last thing I saw was the creature going like under the
Underneath
doorway,
there. Yep. Through that opening.
like right there.
Yep. Down there.
So Ellie will move closer and try and get a better look.
Yeah.
And I don't think I can see him.
Oh, you can take your other action, actually move again if you want.
Go down. It's not letting me go any lower than that. There you go.
Oh. You can see him now. Deeper into what looks like a cavern. Crew.
I will let him know. He's in the cavern.
Finally. I'm gonna get caught up to this feller.
That cool feel so at
I'm gonna
home.
circle around him. I think I should have plenty of movement to do that.
Okay. You kind of just rush over him, almost knocking him to the ground, and turn around to face him.
Never mind. I'll just face the other direction. It doesn't matter that much. Not worth.
There you go.
Sorry. Some reason my brown bear back up. I'm gonna attack this fool.
Yeah,
twice.
you do that.
2 attacks. First to bite.
Okay.
24.
That definitely hits. You can now see a bit of, now that he's in this darker cave, even when you were following him, the wounds that has been caused to him so far has this like neon green fluorescent colored blood begin to ooze very slowly from the wounds.
That will be, what was it? 9 points of damage, I think.
You rolled a 5.
Yeah, 9 total.
9.
And then, whoop, 1.
1 misses.
No way.
I'm gonna go and spin an inspiration to reroll that.
Go for it.
20.
20 definitely hits.
Non-natural.
Oh wait, that first attack was not. Yeah, I subtract some damage.
Yeah, so it'll be 8.
Yep.
4 for the first attack, and then assuming it's half, and then 15 for the second. So 7.
Ooh, nice. So 7.
Good roll on my part.
He looks fairly wounded at this point. Multiple places are just oozing that blood, and as it does, the electricity is kind of just arcing across, even causing that fluorescent blood to glow even brighter. Trapjaw. You're trying to catch up with your crew. You see them begin to head down another alley or opening that's heading into the mountainside.
I will 5, 10, 30. Yeah. And 5, 10, 15, 20. So as I approach, I see. So hard to see. Sorry.
That's the point. Ha.
If you move that the yellow like location thing down the bar, it like cuts out layers.
Yeah.
That's something I was learning.
Yes.
That helps.
No, it was just I was like, what is this? Oh, it's Ellie.
Yeah, Ellie's there, just fluttering down, looking into this cavern up ahead. So is Tide, as well as Pharaoh.
Okay.
Finally, you can see the strange creature ahead of you being faced off by a bear now.
Yeah, I'll just turn to what the fuck is going on?
Am I allowed to respond?
Yeah.
I don't really exactly know what this is, but he was making women scream, and it seems like we're trying to get to the bottom.
Yeah, and that's my turn.
You can see the creature as well, and the electricity just kind of arcing across its body, as well as a number of wounds there with this glowing, goopy, oozing blood. As well as he turns around, noticing the group of you, his bottom jaw opens up sideways, revealing the long tendrils that also arc with electricity. It is now his turn. He will continue to move around to here. On the other side of you, make his 2 attacks, one with a tentacle.
Okie dokie.
Unfortunately, I don't believe a 6 hits. And then his
No,
fist.
not quite.
But a 20 hits, right?
Yes.
Right. He slams the fist into you. Just a buildup of lightning in his fist as he strikes you. 10 points of bludgeoning damage and 3 points of lightning damage for a total of 13.
Okay.
20, 25, 30. And he will continue to try to move. Looks like he's heading towards what looks like a pool of water that's glowing behind you.
Okay.
That hits.
Okay. No, that was my Constitution saving throw. Make sure I didn't drop bark skin. I'm pretty sure it's concentration. Let me double check. Might not be.
Yeah. Did you roll for the other damage you've taken then?
I have not. I don't think. What damage did I take?
Whenever you hit him, he did the lightning damage back to you.
No, I have not. Let me double check, make sure that's concentration.
Yep.
Before it is.
Just make one roll at disadvantage for me. Yeah. You good with that?
Or just 2 rolls?
Or 2 rolls, yeah, that's fine.
Mm, 19.
That's good.
Can't roll that one again. It's not letting me. Because I think I've only been hit by. I think it's only been like 2, maybe 3. But 9. So I probably would have failed at this point.
We'll say the last one.
Last one.
This last one that when
Okay.
it arced back on you. Or no, he just punched you and it failed. There you go. That's good.
Works for me.
All right.
Okay.
And you get an attack of opportunity if you wish to take it. You missed.
I rolled it.
All right. Pharaoh. You see the creature scrambling the corner cavern there.
Man, not much I can do. Yeah, I'll do another bonus action hide.
Remember, you could just steady aim and shoot.
Yeah, but I want to get closer.
Okay.
That's a 15.
Okay.
And then I'll... excuse me. 30. And then... Do I seem hidden enough for 2 dice?
Let's see. I'm going to say you have to get some cover from him. So just kind of step to one of these sides, maybe. But that's, yeah, that'll be good enough. That'll be good enough for you to hide. Yes, go ahead and roll at advantage.
Yay!
15 was enough to bypass his passive perception. Oh, no!
That's a 10.
Again, the giant bear is fighting off. We're trying to head off this strange mutant-like creature. And unfortunately, he's getting in your way. You're trying to take aim and not shoot him. And your shot goes wide.
Not used to fighting with giant bears.
Darkness, giant bears,
all
the things.
That'll
Chasing
be,
people
my
down
turn.
in giant maps. It's great. Tide.
Hey, 1. Oh, 5. Oh, I guess I don't die.
You can walk past it. It's fine.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See here. I will. Oh, I see him, kinda.
Yeah, you have line of sight.
Yeah, I see him. Let's see what I have for range here. "15 tiles? Son of a bitch!"
Oh,
I
goodness.
will move. I'll take a full move and
Okay.
believe I can go over here and hide behind this wall. I think.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're not stealthing. You're just taking cover.
You're taking cover. Sorry,
Yeah. You have full cover there. You can't notice you.
Okay. Good.
Ellie.
Can I see him from where I'm currently standing?
Yes, you can.
I'll cast Toll the Dead again.
All right. All right. He passes this time.
Does that mean he doesn't take anything?
He does not take anything with Toll the Dead. He passes.
Gotcha.
Crew.
All right. Crew's gonna... Whoa. And I moved. Everything fell in front of me. He's gonna spend a bonus action first to heal himself with a first level spell.
Okay.
To start with. Not very much, unfortunately, but some. That'll help. And he will go ahead and attack twice. Hopefully hitting twice. 18 for the bite.
That hits.
For 6 damage.
Okay. Looks heavily wounded.
And 8 for the claws, so that's gonna miss.
8 misses, and in return, take 1 point of lightning damage. As again, sparks off against you as you grab a hold, you claw into him. Trapjaw. The creature's at the end of this cavern. A large pool of water is in front of him. Can't tell from this distance how deep it may be, but you see a bit of like gently glowing green coming from the pool of water.
Alrighty. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Here I come.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
That's it, man.
All right. The creature will turn and try to attack you twice.
Bring it.
Yep.
Armor class is much lower now, so
19.
definitely hits. Would have hit me anyways.
All right.
Oh no.
Makes me feel better.
And then a 18.
Both hit.
All right. The tendrils reach out and grab a hold of you and pull you close. And as they do, you feel the electricity arcing through the tendrils. You take 4 points of lightning damage from the tendril attack.
4 points.
And he can opt to grapple you, but he does not. He releases. And then you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage and 5 points of lightning damage as he punches you, slamming into you.
Still a bear.
Still a bear, and he tries to pull away again.
All right.
Into the water.
Bear's gonna attack.
Roll your attack. See if he can get to the water.
My D&D Beyond roll was really good.
12.
A 12 hits.
Sweet.
Roll your damage.
Come on, big money. Not great. 10.
10 damage?
Yep.
Is it a bite or a claw?
A claw.
Alright. You feel your claws rip through his thick hide and into his back, clawing into spine and bone, or what you believe to be bone and flesh. And he kind of goes limp in your claws as you take 6 points of lightning damage in return.
I back into crew. He is no longer a bear.
As you turn back into crew, he falls to the ground before you, unable to get to that pool of water that he was rushing for.
I got him. Don't worry, I got him. I don't know what he is.
Trapjaw, you see the bolt of lightning shoot out from this creature, hitting Crew, and then the bear dissipates down, his form changing back into Crew himself. And we'll leave Tailspire now. Sound of combat ends as Crew's body shrinks down. All of you winded slightly as you were chasing after this individual, rushing over here, catching your breath, especially Trapjaw. You can see this dark, gray-skinned humanoid, thick and bulky. As I said, a number of these strange metallic spikes in his body, across his arms, just a number of points, his chest, at his neck, which seemed to kind of conduct some of the electricity that was being generated from his body, and was able to use it in an offensive and defensive way. But as he lays there in front of you, the large claw marks and bite marks and damage he's taken from magic as well as arrows, still that green ooze glowing brightly coming from his body as it just pools down around him where he lays on the ground, lifeless. You also see where Crew did the last rake across his back, where his spine would be, see a number of very thin and opaque looking bones, or not bones, as they seem very flimsy, almost fish-like. You see the tentacles still writhing on the ground as it's trying hard to still breathe. It's dying there before you.
What is this thing?
I don't really know. Came around the corner, looked like it was attacking that lady. I'm not really sure if it was, but
That was all the screaming was about. I thought maybe it was you because bear.
yeah, I could see where you could get that.
Thought you were causing trouble, which isn't exactly what I wanted. While we're
no.
still in port.
Just stopping
just-
trouble.
Yeah. What is it though? But what
I
did
don't
you
know.
stop?
What do you think it is? You come look at it.
Can I take a closer look at it?
Okay.
Crew kind of will too.
As it is, as I described, you can go ahead and roll me a knowledge nature or a knowledge arcana as you're examining the body, and anyone else that wishes to come look at it as well.
Yeah,
17 on a nature.
A what?
17 on a nature
17.
roll.
Okay.
Ty will do a arcana check. Hold on 1 second.
All right.
16.
20 for arcana.
20. Okay.
I got a 20 for Arcana or History. They're both the same for me.
20. Okay. Anyone else? What did you roll?
I got a
Ellie?
16 nature.
I got a 15 for Arcana.
Okay. So anybody above a 15, you can see some interesting bits here. There's multiple pieces that look like is mixed together. Ellie, you heard of things called chimera, which are basically a mixture of different animals or magical creatures that they make into a multi-formed creature. For example, mixing probably a drake with a lion and a bird or something of that nature. But most of the time, those creations are always in magical beast form or animal form, nothing humanoid form. This is something similar to that, but in a humanoid shape, something that's been mutated and changed or created some way, magically or perhaps naturally. You're not quite sure, but it's made up of multiple different types of creatures. You see, those of you that rolled the 20 or higher, you have that bit of information, as well as there's definitely this creature is part human. It is part elf. It's also part orc. On top of being mixed, what looks like its skin is very similar to an eel, especially the moray eels under the sea, as well as the tentacles that's kind of coming from its mouth looks very much like in what you would see as a squid, but without the hooks. They're just more muscly, more like an octopus. And then you see the jaw that kind of opens up, as well as you've heard rumors of different creatures that live beneath the sea that have iridescent and glowing blood. And you can see also the bone and the flesh that's inside. It looks very white, very much like a fish or shark would have, as well as the bone. It's cartilage. It's not actual bone. It has gills as well, built to breathe underneath the water within its jaw that opens up, unleashing those tentacles. The tentacles look like they can probably reach out about 15 feet or so. So they're able to try to pull anything in and eat it. Its mouth is circular. The number of rings, very small, jagged teeth.
This thing is very strange.
Very ugly.
Yeah.
Poke it with like the blunt end of my dagger.
You do
As you do,
eat.
there's a bit of
Oh god.
discharge as another bolt of lightning comes from his body as it convulses. You take 6 points of lightning damage as it strikes you.
Well, that answers the question I was going to ask, so that helps.
Hey, don't touch it.
Yep. Leave that now. Thanks for the warning.
Yeah, anytime. Crew's gonna go over and look into the water.
You can see down into the water. There's a number of, it's like growths of coral or algae that has that faint, very similar green color as the same as this creature's blood, as there's some sort of cavern beneath the water. Kind of goes down out of your vision.
Wonder where this leads.
Yes. I wonder.
And we all can continue wondering as
Until next week.
we end tonight's session.
Till next year.
So.
Oh, you're right.
We
yeah.
are going to take a bit of a break over the holiday. We hope everyone has a great holiday and a great new year. And we'll see you guys all next year.
Next year.
So, all of you that's hung out with us tonight, and those of you we'll see you on YouTube. Otherwise, y'all have a great night, great holiday. Happy New Year, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.